That's why I tell you don't go yet. That's why I tell you don't go yet. Wait until I start, then go. That's why I tell you now you can. That's why I say wait. Now you can go on. You have to, yeah. Now go on to the page now. Yes, people, we just experienced a few technical difficulties here with Jaunty. So we starting again. So just bear with us while we I get him to come onto the screen. All right. Seymour, big up yourself, bro. This is a live interview with the four-time road match winner, Martin Regis, also known as Jaunty. So we're gonna bring him on. All right. He's just getting onto the screen. And this is how we set it up, right? So I'm just on the phone with him, so you'll hear the conversation before we begin. So just give us a few moments while we try to start. Afternoon, each and every one coming through. Big up yourself. Alright, live interview with Jaunty, four-time road match winner in St Lucian, talking about his career. Rich kid star, big up yourself, man. Alright. Ah, just a moment. Just a moment. Phone. No, that's the old video. That's why I tell you wait until I start. I went too fast. That's why you're not able to see me now. I have to exit out of it and come back in. So in the meantime, we're gonna play a few jaunty tunes. Entertain the people. Big up, big up, big up, big up, big up, big up all of y'all coming through right now. It's a live interview with Jaunty. We're gonna start this one from the top. I want y'all to tell me which way y'all. Sorry, I have my headphones in. I want y'all to tell me which one was your favorite road match hits out of Jaunty, right? In the meantime, your favorite tunes, your favorite road match hits. Mr. Ellis, big up yourself, man. We just bring Jaunty on if you just coming on. And we're doing a live interview with Jaunty, talking about his career and life, you know. He's having a little bit of problems with getting on with the technology and stuff. And this is the only way we can try it. So just give me a moment. We're gonna bring him on. Benji, big up. Alright, so I'm just on the call with him. I'm gonna just play a few of his songs. Or maybe one or two. And then we're gonna have him, alright? So let's listen to this one. Go on, road match. Oh, before I get on the call with him, I think this song was the song who really introduced the space during Soca Monarch, where the artist comes and he does a little performance and he describes what he's doing, or he's doing like a little how you call it, there's a name for it that's not coming to my mind, but I think Jaunty was instrumental in that. So let me know what your favorite Jaunty tunes is, road match hits and all of that. I'll be right back. All right, accept. Yes, you want that break.
Okay.
This is what I'm talking about. Break.
Yeah, I see you. I see you. Okay.
Yeah, man.
All right. Okay, I have my headphone on now.
When the dog attack me and tear up all me pants. Jaunty,
Yeah.
you there? Okay, we
Yeah.
back. We back. Irvin, good afternoon. Let me say good afternoon to
Okay.
a couple of people coming on. Francis, Nancy, big up.
Now,
Rohan,
now you're starting to break up.
really? Am I? Benji, big up. Ellis, big up. Rich Kid, big up yourself. All right. All right. Let me know how the connection sounds there. You said I'm breaking up or you hearing me clearly?
I hear you clear now.
All right. Good. All right. Sometimes, the technology, that's just how it is. You know what I mean? You just have to work with what you have. You feel me? But I'm happy that I got you
Yeah.
on finally after so many attempts. Okay, we did a part one. This is part two. So, part one, guys, Jaunty introduced himself, who he is, what his real name is, Martin Regis. He spoke about his growing up. His father is from Soufrière and his mother is from L Cleary. He went to the Vidbotai Primary School, which I went to the Vidbotai Primary School as well. Okay, and his first bout with music was when he was about 5 years old, and he had a what? It was a bottle in your pocket. You said
A silver bottle.
silver
A
bottle in
silver
your
bottle.
pocket. Yes, and then you wrote a song about the bottle in your pocket, right?
Yeah.
That is correct.
I.
Mhm. Continue. I know you have to. I know you have a lot to say. You have a lot to say because Jaunty is not only a musician and an artist, but he went through a lot of. I mean, we spoke a lot over the years. I mean,
Well, I played
I'm a
football
young
for
guy.
St
I'm a
Lucian.
young fella. But you younger than me actually. You're much younger than I am. So I pretty much learn a lot from you from just our conversations over the years. But we spoke about where I met you and at the
Yeah.
karaoke, and we spoke about Ashanti coming to
Right.
that same spot because my grandmother had a restaurant in La Cleary called the Campbell's Hideaway, and this is where Jaunty came and
Yeah.
I met him there. And then that same week was Junior Panorama at the Cultural Center, and three bands were playing your
Yeah.
song. I told you to come, and then you came. You were visiting St Lucia at the time, and you came and you was ecstatic to hear the bands playing your music, and you were so overjoyed. And our second bout meeting each other was in West Palm Beach, Florida when I was living there. They had the Junior Creole and I arranged the band, put the band together, three of us. Brian, the guitarist from Burning Flames, was one of them who was on there. And also Cleveland, another bass player from St. Lucia. Very, very, very wicked, wicked, wicked bass player. And next man named Baki from St. Vincent was on that. So we put the band together. I was playing the drums and it was just beautiful. And Julian, you know Julian, right? You remember Julian? Who used to be the drummer for Survivors in Viewfort?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So Julian was doing the sound at the time. We had a good time, and after
Yeah.
that, I think you had some health issues and stuff, which we're gonna speak about that. Um, but we left off at your influences. Uh, you spoke about Shadow having a huge influence on you back then. You also spoke about you mentioned a slew of artists, Lord Jackson, and a whole lot of them. So I want to
Yeah.
continue
Despa.
Desper, right?
Despa and Caro. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Caro,
So
who has a son who is doing very well. He have the one of the best
Caro,
um one of the best tunes I heard for Calypso Finals was from Caro's son.
yeah,
I love the
Ticaro.
musical. Yeah, Caro, Ticaro.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ticaro have a song. This song is sweet boy. Nice cultural song boy. He deserved the crown.
Yeah, Ticaro,
Anyway,
it was about time, as far as I see it, because
yeah,
also I follow him for years and years and years, especially with the work he has done with the RC boys. You know,
yeah,
uh, have to give it up to Caro. So I wanted to continue with your regional influences. You mentioned Shadow was one of them. Of course, you can't leave out Sparrow, right?
hmm
Sparrow and Lord Kitchener. You can't leave out these two. How did Sparrow and Lord Kitchener and maybe others that you can mention? was a part of your musical life, and where were you at the time when they were influencing you as you were growing up?
Well, Shadow, while I was in St Lucia, and I when I was in Trinidad also, and Sparrow.
Mm-hmm.
Sparrow is everybody knows Sparrow. Sparrow influenced a whole lot of entertainers, and he loved Bobolis. He loved Bobolis because he had to come and sing Bobolis for me on my 60th birthday. He and Calypso Rose, they
Mm-hmm.
promised me they were going to come over, but for some reason I don't know what happened. I I gave them a down payment for how I call this place up Grosile. The There's a place up Grosile. I mean, my
Around
memories. You
which
have to
time?
excuse my
Was it
mind.
was it in the 80s, 90s?
No, when I was 60,
Are you talking
I
about
was 60
Gaty?
years. Yes, Getty.
Uh,
Yeah, they gave back my money. They said there was something wrong with the AC or something was wrong with the place, and I couldn't have the show no more. I was looking forward for that show, boy. I was really looking forward for it, but
mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, so talk about the
Well,
influences. Sparrow. I mean, he has so many hits. Skitch has so many. There's so many other Calypsonians that you can mention. But
oh
how?
yeah, Kitchener, and I performed at Brooklyn College together because my daughter was dancing for me, and he held
Mm,
my daughter in his hands. He held her up. And that same daughter of mine, she has a pan side. She had a pan side in Texas. I don't think she has the side
mm.
anymore. But my son play pan. My
Did
daughter
she
plays
arrange
pan
it,
too.
pan music?
Oh, no, 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 no. She's to arrange for the band. Yeah, she has her
Oh
own little
wow,
side.
okay.
She's to arrange for them.
How many? You
And
don't mind me asking? How many kids or children do you have altogether?
9,
Whoa,
9, and
jeez, you just shot
yeah,
me, man.
9.
Sorry, let me bring down this
I
volume
have
a
an
bit
I
more.
have an adopted daughter. Apart from that, but I call her my daughter. She grew up
Mm,
with me. I tell her I don't care what they say. You my daughter.
okay, that's beautiful,
She's
man.
from she's she's in St. Lucia. That's the only one in St. Lucia. The other two daughters were born in the United States, in New York.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
all right.
I have a son in New
So,
York, and that son is
mhm.
my son is very good on pan too. Oh Lord, he's good, very
So you
good on
have two of
pan.
them, a son and a daughter playing pan.
Yeah,
All
and the
right.
other the other daughter plays the flute. She plays the flute,
Uh,
and she learned to read music. Something I can't even do. I've been into music so long I can't read no music.
wow, wow,
You put
wow.
music sheet in front of me, it looked like Greek to me. I don't understand it. I
But
never had the opportunity to
but
learn to
but
write
let's
or read
we
music.
we 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 we're gonna continue because you have a special musical talent, especially with writing songs. Okay.
Yeah.
From we say going from your childhood, going from to your influences, in your early days, growing up in St. Lucia. So, what other things maybe as a youth, or what was like maybe I wouldn't say your first breaking point because you have road march hits, you have four road march hits in St. Lucia. But
Hmm.
before we get to the road march hits, before we discuss that, all right, I want to discuss some more things that might have influenced you to get into music. What really influenced you at that point from growing up before you came up to, road marches to Bobbles and all those things? What really was the breaking point for Jaunty, you know, in getting into
Well,
performing for crowds or maybe a school or anything if you were part of something in school or writing, whatever it is.
I was the only calypsonian who used to play pan and sing. I remember one of my tunes called
Really?
Smiling Hypocrites. I used to play the pan and sing at the same time. So
Okay.
Stillman is what really gave me the feelings for music.
And you say you
And I
play with
brought it
Diamond
into,
Steel,
I
right?
brought it from
You mentioned
more for
Unscrub.
Diamond Still.
Mm, mm, mm,
Yeah,
mm, mm.
yeah.
Right. So you were singing and
Piper is on the
you
pipe. Not.
continue. Sorry about that.
Hmm?
Continue. Sorry about that.
Ivan is another one. Ivan is another musician I have to big up to.
Yeah.
Ivan,
Cypher.
he taught me a lot too. He taught me cipher, so cipher easy. So we also have a lot of special entertainers we not acknowledging at all, boy.
Yeah.
Cipher is special. That man, that man could play a pan behind his back. You know, he is very good, very good.
Cypher is like the
I
Boobsy
used to
of
go
St
by,
Lucia, you know.
yeah. He he is known in Trinidad. You know,
Very well
he
so.
used to
I
go over
mean,
there.
I haven't been going to
Yeah,
Trinidad all his life, man, you know. It was
yeah,
through him I really wanted to go to Trinidad when my first year going up there in '07. I mean, with the band North Stars and or whatever, when they were like at the last peak, I would say, of Panorama days in St. Lucia, you know, influenced me to really go
yeah.
with them. I traveled with them to go up to Trinidad to play with Forzata. Mm.
Hmm.
Yeah, so
But
Piper, I'm sorry, I say Piper. Shining, Shining. You were playing with
yeah,
Diamond Steel at the time. Also, you said you wrote this song. So what really influenced you to write that song?
which song?
The
Which
song
song
that
you
you were
talking
playing
about?
with Diamond Steel. The song that you said you wrote and you were playing and singing with Diamond Steel. You said you wrote.
Oh,
Yeah.
um, oh, Smiling Hypocrites.
Yeah,
I
Smiling
remember
Hypocrites.
I was trying to have a birthday party, and I invited a lot of friends, but when the time came, I see no money to have the party. I felt so bad, so I just decided to write a tune about it. You know, I am smiling hypocrites. When you're wrong, done, they done. All of a sudden, I just write a tune. Although nobody did nothing to me, but
uh,
it's just an idea, It just gave me an idea
right.
to write a tune. You have a party, you're going to see a lot of friends coming near you. A lot of them
As
will like
usual.
you.
As usual.
And then, but if you ain't have the party, they will talk bad about you. Well, I was going through that, I mean, people start saying a whole lot of shit, about me. So
Uh-huh.
I say, well, instead of worrying about it, just make a song about it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So that was so did anybody take
I, ne-
recognition of that song?
I never recorded that song, I never recorded it. I should have recorded it. It's something like the world got its problems, we all got to face. No one cannot stop them, we all got to taste. And who knows how friendly another could be. Some speak to you nicely while bad talking you. You keep a pet and invite some friends. Whatever them, they treat you nice and they keep you hot. Whatever them, if you forsake and postpone the pet, whatever them, your friends don't care if you live or not. Smiling hypocrites. Yeah, that's so.
So did anybody take you serious at the time when you were, I mean, did they take you serious? What was the
No,
reaction?
a lot of people like the tune. They like it.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, the tune was like, yeah, a lot of people like the tune. Everybody I meet, they tell me, oh, they love that tune. Yeah, I know
The
we had a
perfect portray of
tent.
it, Jaunty. The people want to see who Jaunty is.
We had a tent of Masha. That time we also have Calypso tents, Masha, in a shed.
Hmm.
Maybe you wasn't born yet. I
I
don't think
wasn't
you were
born yet,
born
no.
yet.
But I heard about it though.
You know, yeah.
Hmm.
But that's why I did Smiling Hypocrites.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Um, I think you had mentioned to me before the town hall in Castries. How much was that town hall in Castries an influence in your career? You know?
Oh, by peeping through the holes, we used to climb up on and look through the holes. That's one way you could see the show. because I didn't
Uh-huh.
have no money to go inside. You know, I just fell in love with calypso. I used
Mm-hmm.
to love Pele a lot.
The mighty Pele, the
Pele,
late.
Pele was very good, very good.
Yeah.
I used to watch Caro. I used to watch Desper, Jackson, all these guys. And look, Jackson is still around. I have to congratulate him.
Mm-hmm.
Desper drank his life away, you know. But Desper was a very good entertainer too.
I think I was
We
looking
used
up
to
some
have
history online and I saw Despa's name in one of the road match. Maybe in the very, very earlys, like maybe
yeah,
60s. Or yeah, yeah, Despa. It
yeah.
was between Despa. I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it might have been between Despa and Pele. There was a back and forth kind of battle going on
I
between
think so.
Despa Pele. I'm not 100%
I
sure,
think
but
so.
I think years ago when I was looking up some history. All right, so
Yeah.
from that moment when you wrote that song and you were playing the Diamond Steel, what was next for Jaunty now?
Well, after that I did what song I did? I remember playing football for St Lucia, and we won the cup. We won the
Really?
cup because of me. Yeah, I scored the winning goal. I scored a
What?
winning goal against St Vincent. I scored a
Mm.
winning goal to win the cup. So um,
Wow.
I made
I
a
never
tune
knew you
called.
played football.
You know that? Yeah, man. I played this football
Nah, I
for under
never knew that. I
19.
never knew that. Okay.
Yeah, all I got was a medal. Uh, they promised to send us on a tour and so on. I never went on no tour. All I got was a medal.
Uh-huh.
A medal. Yeah, I remember when I scored that winning goal. Some L Cleary boys break a bench, jumping up up Marsha. They were so happy. They started jumping up. That was against St Vincent, and then against
Okay.
Dominica we played finals.
Uh-huh.
Now against Dominica, it was not cross that ball for me. You know Nat King, right?
I heard that name. Not King, not King, not King. Some of these names you might
Hiram King,
mention will
brother.
sound familiar, but I don't know them because I'm so young and they're so older than me. Not saying that they're old, but they're
Yeah,
older than me and they're
Hiram
elders.
King,
So I don't know, but the name like you might
Hiram,
hear them say mention that. Mm.
Hiram King, brother. Hiram King, brother.
See how I tell you? I
Nat
know
King
I
is
heard the
Hiram
name
King.
already.
He's younger than Hiram.
Okay, okay.
Well, when he crossed that ball to me, I see that ball coming near, but there was no way for me to get close to it. I used my hand, and I moved my head to get it with my hand, so the referee didn't notice. But I brought the ball down to my leg with my hand, and the referee thought it was
Hey.
my head. But the goalkeeper saw when I handled the ball, and then I kicked that thing in the corner and I score. The goalkeeper started complaining. He said that I handled the ball. I said, where did I handle the ball? The referee didn't see. The referee didn't see. So hey, you know, yeah.
Wow,
So
wow,
I did a
wow,
song.
wow. Uh-huh.
I did a song called um, um, oh shit. Nobody could play football like we. We are the champions. Nobody could play cricket like we. We are the champions. Mr. Dudley Potter said, I am sorry. That tune, I was trying to push it for a road march.
Hmm.
But people liked it. They liked it. I think I
Okay.
made finals that year. And at the same time, I used to write for other Calypsonians.
All
There was
right,
a
that's
tune
what I
I gave a
wanted to know.
Calypsonian.
Uh-huh.
I gave a Calypsonian a tune called A Lot of Talk. Nowadays, all you have is a lot of talk. You
Hmm.
switch on your radio, is a lot of talk. Just take a walk around the block. All you hear is plenty talk.
Who
And
was
he
that
never
Calypsonian?
acknowledged that Zando. Zando never really said, well, hey, Jaunty is the one that wrote that song for me. He took all the credit. He took all the credit. I got upset with him because of that. I told him, Sandu, you don't do shit like this, man. I gave you the tune. Let people know that I wrote the tune for you. You taking the credit as if you're the one who wrote the tune. And he made final.
But at the time, would you have earned
such is
during
life.
that time? Was it writing credits? And so these things were already part of like a legislator that when you write a song,
Who knew?
I don't think so, right?
No, I didn't know anything about credit. I know nothing about that. Nothing about that.
Or he just didn't mention your name and say,
If it
well,
was
Jaunty was the
nowadays,
one who wrote that.
yes, yeah. So
Right. So, mhm. So from that
I made
time
a
on, Jaunty,
song.
you wrote that song.
I
So later on, where
mhm.
continue, sorry.
Yeah, I wrote a song called Helen of the West and Sima Gwen. Sima Gwen and Helen of the West
Cement going, I
could have
have
given
it.
me the crown. That could have given me the
I have
crown.
cement going somewhere.
For some reason, they created a fourth place. They never had a fourth place in Calypso. All of a sudden, you all created a fourth place because they know they cheated me. They know they cheated me. It's like, I think some people just make sure that I never win a crown in St. Lucia. They make sure that I never win a crown in St. Lucia, no
Before
matter
you
what I
be,
sing.
before we jump there, I want to get on that because that was one of the things when I was thinking about doing this interview that I said I want, and we spoke about that, but the people maybe haven't heard it. Some people probably know, some people probably don't know, right? I want to kind of focus on the positive a little bit more, a little bit longer, sorry, before we go into the little negative aspects. What was your
Yeah.
breakthrough in the tent? Like, did you first start singing in the tent, or was it like you sang somewhere in public, or what was your first breakthrough in public?
In the tents. In the tents. Well, we used to have our own little tents, luckily. Luckily, much, much younger. Before I started singing in the tents in Castries. We used to cut coconut palms and so on and create our own little tents in a place called the Bachelors. The Bachelors is where I was born. I had to break that up. They have no more Bachelors.
Where was that?
You know,
Where in La Cleary
we
was
used
that?
to have our little tents there. Where? In the
When?
CDC.
Okay.
In the CDC. There's a place called the Bachelors where that's where I was born. And I remember we used to have our little tents. We used to make our stage and everything. We used to sing. I don't know. We did a lot of stuff, when we were young at La Cleary. We did a lot of stuff. I had Dighton. Now Dighton is a successful entertainer from St. Lucia. He performed at Reggae Sunsplash already, and he performed several big places. He had his own band in Ohio. We had Duff, but Duff was one of the best drummers. But may he rest in peace. Um, Duff, Dighton, and myself, we used to sit together and just hold a kind of rhythm. Each of us used to play a different tunes. We just used to come with our own rhythms and create our own beats. So music was always into us, always into me. Music was always into me. So that's why I gave myself the name Jaunty, because I always used to be happy,
Jovial
always used
figure.
to joke, always used to laugh. Yeah, always used to laugh, you know. So
Yeah, if you're
my
just
breakthrough
tuning
was
in,
in the.
sorry, if
Hmm?
I just want to remind people that you listen to an interview with four-time road march winner in St. Lucia, the Jaunty, and this is called Unsung Influences with DJ Panras. Yeah, so continue with your breakthrough now. So CDC times and then say you had the tents in L Cleary. Um,
Right.
mhm.
And then I moved into the tents in Castries, and that's where I started singing before a big crowd.
Now, which tent was that
You
in
know,
Castries that you started singing? What's the name of the tent?
Ambassador.
Ambassadors Calypso
I started
tent.
singing. Yeah, I started singing with Ambassadors, but I left Ambassadors and I moved to how you call Get Food Tent again? Takeover?
Yeah, TOT.
Yeah, TOT. Yeah, I
Hmm.
moved to TOT after.
Who was the leader of the Ambassadors tent at the time?
Bingo.
Bingo. All right, all right.
No, it wasn't Bingo. Before Bingo, who was it, man? Lorna? Lorna? Lorna had a say in Ambassadors, but she was not the leader.
Hmm.
She was not a leader. Because if you listen to We Shall Hope, I mentioned both she and Bingo.
Okay. We will get to that one too, you know. We shall
I
up
say
because the St Lucians turn that tune around.
Lorna, Lorna shall hope, Bingo shall hope.
Uh,
I mentioned one or two radio announcers in New York,
yeah.
and for some reason they didn't like that. They didn't like it. I said, but how they don't know what I'm singing about?
Uh,
They're from St. Vincent. How they know what I'm singing about?
but you know, honestly,
You tell me,
I thought that song was really cursing, you know. I thought it was a curse word. When I heard the We Shall Hope,
no.
I thought it was because my people at home when I was growing up there, the time I remember that clearly when that song came out on the radio
Mhm.
and they was doing repairs on the house and We Shall Hope come on, boy. And then they're switching the words around, you know. And I'm telling myself,
Yeah.
why they cussing? They don't want me to cuss, so why are they cussing? You feel me? And years later, I come to find out it's not that the song saying. The song actually saying, "We shall hope."
No. I use a lot of ambiguity in my songs.
Yeah,
I, you know, that's the difference between me and some of these Calypsonians here now. There
yeah.
are some guys on the Dennery segment. They're
Mm,
coming out too straight with the dirty songs, too straight. You have to learn how to twist your words around, twist
yeah,
it around in such a way like go a court. Okay, go a court. A politician met me and told me how he going to file a lawsuit against me for mentioning his name in Bobolis. I
mm,
said, then take me to court. Then when he told me we go take me to court, I went back to New York and right away I get on my keyboards and start composing the song, Go Take Me to Court, because I like a court. So I say, okay, that song like I like, you know what, you know. So I see where I can use ambiguity with that song, and I played
yes.
around with it.
Mm,
Yeah, and that's how I made it go a court.
mm. All right. Do you remember the first
A lot
song
of
you
my
sang in the
songs are
tent?
real, real. A lot of them is shit that happened, and because of things I experienced,
Yeah,
because it gives you more feelings. You sing with more feelings when you sing about something that's real instead of something you're just making up.
that's true.
You see, like Marcia,
Mm,
the song Marcia. Marcia is something for true, because she got upset. She got upset with me, and she wasn't talking to me after that.
mm.
But Marcia, I think she's supposed to be my cousin. And
Okay.
I didn't like the way the guy treated her. And when she left, I don't want to mention that on the interview, boy. I don't want to put out. I want to put out the people's
you
business
you
on the
go end up
interview.
back in court if it's that.
Yeah, but when I heard what happened, I was in St. Lucia.
Uh,
I fly back to New York to record that song
Marcia.
because Sparrow keyboardist was my arranger at that time,
Mm,
and I love the way he arranged. And then he did that song for me in no time. I
oh,
came back home and I took part. And that year, here it is.
mm,
I sung Marcia, and I sung this. Now, if you listen to the words in this, This is a very serious tune. Very, very serious. A lot of ambiguity in that song also. You know, I didn't make semifinals. I did not even make semifinals.
Which song is that you're talking about?
That was the last time I performed. I took part in competition home. The last
Which
time. I
song was
never
that? What's
took
the
part
title
after
of
that.
it, Jaunty? What's the title of that song?
Which one? This?
Oh, that's the name of it.
This is the
This.
name of it.
Oh, I thought
Yeah,
you was
this.
about to say, let me play. Let me play the song called this. Well, not the song called this, but
But
let me
you
play
have it.
this. I don't have it. That
You
one,
have it.
a
You
lot
have
of
it.
your songs I have, but a lot of your songs I have, but the older ones you're speaking about, I don't have these in my compilation. I think the youngest song I have is this one right here, Simeon Gwen.
Hmm.
Hold on, just now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one you're talking about called Simeon Gwen, right?
Right. I recorded that in Barbados. My cousin gave me an opportunity to uplift myself in music too when he made me the lead singer for his band. You know
Hmm.
Francis Regis?
Francis Regis, the name
That's my
sounds very
cousin.
familiar. Very familiar. That's
Song
your
together.
brother. Is it? No,
Song.
I'm sorry. Are you related to him because your last name is Regis?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. So, all right, cool. So, your first song, you leave the L Cleary tent. You're now in the Ambassador's Calypso tent. Uh, you had some songs that weren't recorded. What was your first recorded song?
Well, when I did Ulali, that was my first big break. I been away from St Lucia for a long time, and I decided to go home with that tune. I said maybe I can win a road march with it, which I did.
Mm,
But before stopping in St. Lucia, I was heading to Trinidad.
uh-huh.
I said, let me stop in St. Lucia first and drop that tune there, then head to Trinidad. Then I see the way the tune was creating an impact home. People liked the tune so much, so I decided to just stay home, and I won road march with it.
That year
Now the money
was
that they gave me after
93, right?
hmm,
93, was that
93,
93? Yeah.
90, 93, 93. The money that they gave me, I gave three-quarter of that money to the old folks home.
Hmm.
I remember the priest he mentioned me during the ceremony once when they were having mass one Sunday. He said blessings to Jaunty or whatever. Um, yeah, and the nuns from some nuns from Trinidad,
Hmm.
they met with me too, and they appreciated what I did. I gave like two-thirds of the money to the old folks home, and I gave the other third to was it the the deaf? Is it the deaf or the blind? One
Yeah.
of them I can't remember exactly which one, but it's either to the deaf or the blind.
Hmm.
Yeah, I learned that from living in America, how the entertainers help out. You know,
Yeah,
they
Mr.
help the
Mr. Ken
community.
Mr. Ken Gonzalez just said it. He said when you don't live home, that's how they treat you
Yeah,
in the competition. They don't
right,
care how good you are at all. Mm.
right.
Yeah, big up everyone just tuning in. We're
But
doing an interview with Jaunty, Miss Virginia, big up my cousin Melanie, Kirsten, Colleen, big up. Skepta, big up, long time no see. Gordon Henderson is watching.
Gordon watching?
Yeah, Gordon Henderson is here. Tabby, big up
Oh
watching.
shit, Gordon.
Yeah,
Comment ça va, Jordan?
yeah, he's there, man.
Hey,
Yeah,
yeah.
I told you,
Je suis fier
I'll have
d'être,
some people there.
je suis fier d'être parmi vous. Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah,
jaunty boy.
yeah.
You know,
Continue.
I never got any money from SASEM. Never got a penny from SASEM, and they said that they paid me. I'm still trying to find out who collected that money. I'm trying to find
Lord
out who
Kent.
collected that money.
Lord Kent said big up.
Okay, 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 Lord Kent.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you have a lot of great people on your page, man.
Yes,
You
yes,
have a lot
I
of
tell
great
you, this
people
is,
on.
I mean, Unsung influences DJ Panras. I push a lot of St Lucian music on my YouTube page, so a lot of people come back. They follow what I
Yeah,
do, and then they realize, I mean, who else will do it? You
yeah,
understand? Like, it has to take one person to do it. And I'm not saying I'm just a one-man machine doing it. There's a lot of DJs who promote, especially on Radio 100, I must say. They promote every Saturday morning, and I hear your music all over. But in terms of
yeah,
archives, the archives there. You understand? Some of your songs I posted on my page. Especially the latest Corona
yeah,
song is there. Obed, big up yourself. Nicole, good afternoon.
yeah.
Jaunty, so we shall hop. You said that was your first big break. But did you have before you
No, Ulale,
I mean
Ulale.
Ulale, sorry. Um but that was 1993. Okay? So you stayed home, you
Yeah.
decided, well, okay, well, your song is doing well. You remain in St. Lucia. Was that like your first song that you came out with and it just hit road match one time, or was it that because you did say you wrote a few songs. You
Mm-hmm.
perform the other ones like Marcia and Sime and Gwen. You perform these, but by the time you get to Ulale Lala and
No,
it breaks
Ulale
out like,
was before Marcia. Ulale was before Marcia.
oh really? Okay,
Yes,
okay, did not know that. All right.
Ulale was before Marcia.
Mm-hmm.
Marcia I just did a couple of years ago.
Okay,
Yeah.
right.
And then
All
after
right.
Ulale I did We Shall Hop.
So
After We Shall Hop,
1993,
Bobolis.
1993, Ulale
Mm.
Lala. Now let's talk about the music. Let's pause on because you have three road match hits, right? You have Ulale Lala, We Shall Hop, Bobolis, and there's one more,
Mm-hmm.
Military Jam, right?
Yes.
Military Jam. Okay, let me just play a little
That's
bit
the
of
song
Ulale.
that sent me to That's the song that sent me to Trinidad. Military Jam.
Let me play a little bit of Ulale. Boy, yeah, boy. Big up Casey, man. Alcohol. No, we don't need no drugs. Yes, man. Yes, man. Mr. Karen Ditterville, good afternoon. Oh, la, 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 la. Oh, la, 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 la. Now, Jonesy, let me ask you a question about that song.
Mm-hmm.
I want to break down that song
Uh-huh.
because that's just how my brain works, right? I like taking things.
Yeah.
I used to like playing with Play-Doh and thing, back then. Them blocks and whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
that's just how I am. I like figuring things out. As let's start with the bass line. We have a bass man here called Casey Aurelia, right? He said, big up
Yeah.
Jaunty, bass line to give me work by and give soca life.
Bassman?
Yeah, it's like, no, he's here on the comments. He's saying that's what he said. He's bigging you up and he's saying
What
he's
is
a
that?
bass man, right?
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
so who was the bass player on that track?
Oh, boy. Um,
Ajay.
Alt, Alton.
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 Oh, Alton Robinson.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know Alton.
yeah.
I played with Alton in the past. Yes, I know. And then he played
Alton, yeah, he used
on
to
Walk on
play.
Wine as well.
He has a bassman for reasons.
Yeah. And Menaka as
He
well.
played most of my, yes. He played most of my songs.
Okay. So Alton.
Um, the background vocals, um, oh boy, I hate to say that, but may he rest in peace. That's the guy that helped me with the song Bobble is Big. We call him Big as as his name, but
Mm,
he he was one of the best keyboardists I ever came across, boy. He's the one who played the keyboard in Bobble. He's the
okay.
one that helped me go a court. Well, we shall have is Bobby Peterson.
Hold on, and just pause for a
That's in
second.
then per
I don't mean to cut you
yeah.
short. You see that break in the song?
Hmm.
I think. Hold on. Let it play for a little bit.
That was the first song that had a heavy bass.
Now, I just want to note something. I didn't mean to cut you short on there. But you see that break in the song?
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
might be wrong. But then again, I'm an observer as well. That break in the
Hmm.
song is where today, or even in recent times, the early 2000s, maybe 90s going up, where an
Hmm.
artist would sing a verse and a chorus and they would pause in
Yeah.
between to talk to the crowd, right?
Yeah.
They would sit down to speak to the crowd and they would try to hype up the song a little bit more. That's where the performance comes in. That's where the judges judge it. I think you were the first man who brought that about because of this song.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Well, what I don't want to boast, but that's the first song that had a heavy kick, a heavy kick. Most calypso never had that heavy kick. Well, after I did Ulale, all of
Uh,
a sudden I started hearing a lot of calypsos coming out with that heavy kick.
mm-hmm,
Oh, my
mm-hmm.
delivery about to arrive. It's a good thing I'm home.
What
They
you have
just sent
a
me a message on my phone.
somebody's picking
There's
you up?
something I ordered.
Oh, okay,
No,
all right.
something I ordered
That shouldn't be a problem. If you
from
have to
on
pick it up,
eBay.
you could just go to the door and pick it up. That's
On
not a problem.
eBay.
I have the music here. We'll just play some music
No,
in the meantime.
no, they're bringing it to my door. They're bringing it to my door.
Yes, Ken, the bridge. That's what I was referring to. The breaking the song is the bridge.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah, Karen
yeah.
Little says R.I.P. the big menaka to the world. Mr. Ken
Who?
Gonzalez says yes. That was Carrion Deterville.
Big?
Mr. Kent
Yeah,
Gonzalez says yes. Carrion blessings, man. Just happened to bounce up on this interview. Very interesting. Mr. Casey said the break with the whistle uh, in the song
yeah,
was also a thing as well. Okay. Big up Leo.
yeah,
Uh-huh. All right, so
yeah.
continue with the
Leo.
musicians. So that guitarist was really good. He was playing some passing
Yeah,
lines and things that I heard in the song there. Let me play it again.
yeah.
Yeah, who was the
But
guitarist in the song?
I have to give credit to Bobby. You know how long it took us to arrange that song, man? Almost 2 months. I had to keep taking the train going all the way to the Bronx by Bobby home, and
Hmm.
we'd sit there all night, make changes. Then he keep playing the tune. Then he said, Jaunty, I think I come up with something else. He put,
Hmm.
boy, this guy, I owe him a lot. I owe him a lot. I
Hmm.
owe him a lot on all. He's the one
Okay.
who arranged Ulali.
So I'm a man, I'm an imaginary person. I never really got to be in a studio when they was making a song. But what is the feeling like when you're making a song like Ulale? All right, you now the song is
Hmm.
ready. Did you guys like have a rehearsal? Of course you have to rehearse. Duh, what's wrong with me? You have to have a rehearsal, and then finally the day comes
Hmm.
where you record the song, right? So what's
Right.
that feeling like? You in the studio, well, all man have their headphones on, everybody's in a separate booth, and how many takes did you guys have to do on all of these things?
Takes. You
Yeah,
just do
for
that
that song.
once.
One take, that's it.
One. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Just once. Because we practice the sound so many times. All, what we do is we lay down the tracks first. And
yes.
after you lay down the tracks, then you do the vocals. Now that's where you might go more than once. If you don't like the way it sung the first time, then you do the vocals again. You do it a second time.
Mm.
But the tracks you lay down once, just once. You put the drums, the guitar, the horns,
But this
and
song had this
back
song didn't have
back.
live drums though, right?
Uh,
That's a drum machine.
did we have live drums? Drum machine, I think. Yes,
Yeah, drum
I
machine.
think so. Yeah, yeah,
Liam, big up yourself, bro. Mm.
yeah. Some of the songs, the only song that have live drums is this when I was with the French band in Martinique.
Yeah, the wheelbarrow. That
Yeah,
song,
wheelbarrow is
let
live
me tell
drums.
you, man, that song wheelbarrow. I mean, we jumping from one thing, but that song wheelbarrow. Uh, yeah.
I still collecting money from Barbados because of that song.
Jesus, Lord, I mean, the drummer alone on the song is just wicked, man. A drummer, wicked
Yeah.
boy.
Oh yes, yes.
Would you agree?
Every time, every time we perform, whenever we perform, people always big up the drummer boy. Always bigging up the drummer. He get the most praises.
Let me
He's
tell you,
very good,
when we
very very good.
performed in West Palm Beach, and I
Mm.
was putting the songs together. At the time, I had my apartment, and we were bringing you for the Journée Creole in October in West Palm, Florida. And I tell you, I
Yeah,
mimic every single thing that drummer was doing. I tell you, I had my little DJ thing where I looped a certain part of the song. When I learn it, I let it
yeah.
extend for maybe 16 bars or 60, to go on and on and on and on and on. Repeat it again, repeat it again.
Yeah,
And I tell you, every little like, like them copper kind of thing with the hi-hat with the
yeah.
cymbals. I mimic I can
Hmm.
play every single thing that drummer was doing, all because of him. And I tell you, I wanted to know who he was. I will look up the album. I went in the back of the album because I have it at home, and I looked him up and I'm trying to
Yeah,
find who that man is, boy, because he's a genius. But not only the drummer, I'm just because I'm a drummer and I'm bigging up the drummer.
yeah.
But all the other musicians was just wicked. But I want to let me play it so that people can understand maybe where I'm coming from because I like
Yeah.
when I like when I can have.
Some of them played it. Some of them played it big bands. The guys who was in my band, they played it big bands. The the guitarist, I think he played it if Kassav,
Okay.
and the lead vocalist, the other one who sang the other part in Creole. I'm not the only one singing wheelbarrow.
These are
The
not
French people,
associated. Oh, yeah, I know what he's saying, but
right?
yeah, yeah.
He used to sing if mm, Zouk Machine, I think.
Zouk
You ever
machine,
heard of
oh,
Zouk Machine?
yeah, Zouk machine, yeah,
Yeah,
PC
where he used to
Mezuke.
give them. Boy, that's one of the best bands I had. But being living in the United States and having to go to Martinique, back to the States, back to Martinique, back and forth, that was a strain on me. It was a really a strain on me, but I don't know. If I seen the money that I had to be making, if I was getting that kind of money, it would have been better for me. You know, I
I
was making
understand.
money, but not much, not much.
You
I
know,
had to be performing in Guadeloupe all the time.
before we because we're gonna touch on the money aspects and how you were burnt because I know you went through a lot in St Lucia. You told me in the past
Hmm.
about stories, and you're gonna clear it up right here on Unsung Influences with DJ Panras, right? But I want to
Yeah,
play Wheelbarrow because we were just talking about Wheelbarrow, okay? And
yeah.
I want to tell you what I feel when I hear that song, okay? The background vocalist was just ah magical, magical. That's all I can say, magical, okay?
That that's a twin, a twin.
Oh really?
And the mother's from St. Lucia. They were born in Martinique, but the mother's from St. Lucia.
Mm,
There's a twin singing background.
right. Soka Zuko
Yeah, two
Express was the
sisters.
city, the name of the title of the city, right? It was a
Yes,
man with a straw hat, and he had a shovel in his hand, right?
right on the wheelbarrow.
And a wheelbarrow. I remember I have that CD at home. I
Right.
remember that clearly. It was a nice orange and nice little colors on that cover. So I want
That's the
to.
picture. That's the
Uh,
picture. That's the picture they had on the door, where the room, my waiting room, when I went to perform in Belgium. In Belgium, they had table mats with the picture of my CD on the table mat.
mhm.
They had T-shirts with my name on it. They had people wearing my T-shirts while I was in Belgium.
Why, why, why,
Yeah.
why, why, why? Let's get a little bit of wheelbarrow. Big up Ian Sanchez coming through. Liam, big up yourself, bro. Everybody, KC, Kent, the old school fellas that know music. All these guys they're mentioning understand music. They've been following St Lucian music,
Oh yeah,
just like
this is
myself.
my manager.
Who?
That's my manager.
Who's that?
My manager,
Which
Ian.
one? Ian? Oh, Ian. Yeah, you did
Ian
mention Ian.
Sanchez.
Okay. So
Of
Ian on
course, of
there. You
course.
didn't even
That's
know
a,
that you was going to come live today.
yeah. There's a man who big me up in music. He helped me out a lot.
All right. Pause on that for a second.
Yeah.
It's called a wheelbarrow. Yeah, you have to tell me about that guitarist. Oh,
Yeah. He played it.
hold on, hold on, hold on. Yeah, man. It sounding good. You can hear it.
Oh yeah. I could hear it very clear.
Head the kick. Why? Mimic everything, Head it, Why? French influence, Martinique.
They're not easy.
Look, my favorite part coming.
Hmm.
Look, my favorite part. That instrumental break. So the drummer really get on. Head.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Why? Let me tell you, I want to play the whole song. I'm gonna play the
Hmm.
whole song, but what I'll do when I edit the video, I'll probably do it like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. So
Yeah.
Liam says, I would love to see this man on a local stage just one more time. You hear that, Jaunty?
Who said that?
Liam, he's a
Who?
Sagittarius just like you.
Okay.
He's a bassman. He plays for DYP, which stands for Dashing Yam and Potatoes.
Okay.
I just kidding. DYP, which is Derek Yard project.
Oh
Um,
yeah, Derek Yard. Sometimes I
Nicole
wonder if
did tell me say
Derek
she would
Yard
love to meet you.
Nicole.
Yeah, did tell. Let me see the last
But
name. What? I can't pronounce it. Leo, big up, bro. Yeah, continue what you were saying.
You know, Derek Yard backed me up in Martinique.
Oh yeah.
When they first invited me to perform Bubble in Martinique, I didn't have a band yet. So I had to send for a band, and what's his name? Magic Circle. Magic Circle is the
Ah,
band that sent Derek Yard over to back me up. And they did a damn good job. I love Derek Yard, boy. Derek Yard is a Derek Yard is a very, very good musician, boy.
talented
One of the
man.
top musicians we have. Very
Mhm.
talented.
Round of applause for Derek Yard.
We have this. Yes, I think we have the same blood. He might be my cousin. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure, but I think so. That's what I was told.
Mm.
But big up to Derek Yard, man.
Yeah, Derek Yard man,
Anyway,
long time man. Apex and you know those days of it.
yeah,
I call it the glory days or like Rico said the golden age. You know.
yeah,
All right. So Jaunty,
oh yeah.
furthermore, so Ulale is striking in St Lucia. Before we go on to the next road match hit, right?
Mhm,
93,
mhm.
Ulale is packing. What was the feeling like in St. Lucia? What was the response to Ulale and what was the whole vibe and on the island during carnival that year?
Dread. There's no tune to touch Ulali on the road, Carnival Day. No matter where you go, that's what you're hearing. All the bands, Ulali. And the lyrics was very, very clean. The only
Hmm.
thing is, some drugs men didn't like it. Because I say we don't need no alcohol, you don't need no drugs. Let the music get you high. But they're not checking my lyrics properly.
Mm.
You tell me, how you mean you don't need no drugs? Why do we need drugs? Why do you need drugs?
Yeah, we don't need no
You
alcohol. We
know?
don't need no drugs.
Let
Yeah.
the music get you
Let the
high
music get you high
and
and
chant
jam and chant. Come
and
along and
chant.
chant with
Come
me.
along, come
Yeah.
chant with me. Ooh la 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 la.
Hmm.
Music is sweetness. Music
Hmm.
is my drug.
And you
So
know
that's
what?
what gets me
To add to
high.
what you're saying there, the chord progressions as
Hmm.
well on that song was very, very
Hmm.
melodious, man. It take you, oh yeah, and then the horns coming in. Who did the horn arrangements, by the way?
That's Bobby. I
Oh,
tell
that's
you, Bobby.
Bobby.
A lot of boy people haven't given Bobby what's due to him yet. Bobby is a great great arranger, boy. Who you think arranged um We Shall Up? Who gave me the idea for We Shall Up? Bobby.
Mhm.
Bobby is the one who gave me the idea. And I just went home and started writing right away. From the time he gave me that idea, I said, no, I ain't wasting no time on that.
Yeah.
I did that right away. And he did all the arrangements. Bobby is very good. He did, what song he did again? I don't know if you have a copy of Janet. You have a copy of Janet?
Yeah, that's my favorite song, guys. What you talking about? What you talking about, Janet? Have it there. Look it.
Yes.
I love that song, boy. Yeah, I love that. The bass line tight, like chord
Yeah.
progressions again.
That's
Let
Alton, Alton.
me tell you, we have a unique sound. Our music have a unique sound, man.
I wish I could perform in St. One day I have to perform in St. Lucia with Bobby. I will. It'll happen one day. We will
Mm-mm-mm.
perform in St. Lucia.
Uh-huh. Actually, I will forget I uploaded that song on YouTube. I'm playing the song, I don't even realize I was the one who uploaded. Wow,
Yeah?
man. John, I love that song. I remember that time. I was playing a video game. Nintendo 64 was a video game that I was playing during that time, eh? And I remember that was the Wicker
Hmm.
Carnival. I think it was Fun Time Music Store. My uncle went and buy that CD. I remember
Hmm.
playing Mario during that day, and I'm on and that song. My uncle just buy the CD, and he put it in there, and I
Yeah.
heard that, and I'm just like the bass line tight. But that song had a different
Yeah.
sound to it, than some of the other songs that you that was composed. You know what I mean?
I know. I had live guitar in that, live guitar. Some of the songs is keyboard guitarist, but that one had a live guitarist, you
I
know.
like the background vocals, man. You see, during them times, I mean, I'm getting very excited because these things, you don't hear them in music anymore. Sorry if you hear the wind blowing through the speaker, right? But I get excited because I don't listen. You see, when it comes to listening to music, I listen to new things, but I don't listen to them as deeply as I listen to songs like that. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And like I said, the chord progressions, the little flutes in there, the little keyboard horns and little things just make the song magical. And like you said previously, when you wrote a song, it wasn't straight like how you said the Denry segment is. Not knocking the Denry segment fellas, you understand? But you had connotations. You had to
Yeah.
figure it out. It was inferences. You know,
Hmm.
you mentioned, you say a line and people don't know what you're saying unless they understand colloquially what you're saying. You understand? And that's what
Right.
made you guys specially writing songs, because it would be like where you just by your kitchen table, or you maybe just sitting in your balcony and just the birds passing or something. It could be anything, but it just makes sense at the time
Yeah.
because, in my opinion, those times where I don't know what it was just the whole beat on the street and things that people were doing, and it's like you just made songs out of that. The puns, according to
Well,
Leo.
I tell you when I was young, we used to have different bands and create our own rhythms.
Mm.
Myself, Dighton, and Doof, you know. The three of us used to just create songs. We used to go around L Cleary, and we used to have like a crowd of people following us, and we just have a rhythm holding and people dancing and so on, you know. So we used to
Mm-mm.
entertain people when we were young too,
Yeah, yeah,
you know.
yeah, yeah.
Damn.
So
I born it
93.
music. I born it music in me. I born it music in me, man.
93.
But the thing is,
Sorry.
I never got
Mm.
I never got shit from St Lucian. Nothing. Imagine when I was in Guadeloupe, I got a call from Sunshine's Award, a Trinidadian organization. They called me over to receive an award in New York
Mm.
for the song Bubblies. Then I got an award from Everybody's Magazine for up and coming Calypsonian. They are Grenadians.
Oh,
I
because
never
I know
got nothing
Invader
from
did
them.
was also on that too when he did Have to Be King. That's on YouTube. He's thanking everybody's
Yeah,
magazine. So I learned something new today.
yeah,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. So
yeah.
how would you say that song Olale influenced Carnival during that time? Because this was a new thing to me as far as I see it. It was a new thing. I mean, the previous year was Vietnam
Oh,
Salah was Invader, right? But it didn't have that instrumental
yeah.
break like how you came with that, right? So Soca Monarch during that, there was there Soca Monarch during that time when you sang Olale Lala in the competition?
No, I never took part in Soca Monarch. Mm-mm.
Okay. Mm.
Didn't have it, no. You know who big up that tune too? Burning Flames. Now those are my partners. Any song I come out with, they're going to play it. I know them very well.
Yeah.
And
Uncle and
as long
Onion.
as I have a song, I take it straight to Onion. I say, that's my new tune. I want you all to big it up for me, please. you know.
Mm, mm, mm,
And
mm,
they
mm,
always play my songs. But
mm.
they love Ulale. And anytime they perform outside,
Mm.
they always they sing We Shall Hop.
Mm.
Now another
Oh,
set of people
yeah,
I
yeah, and
must,
then he changed the
I'm,
lyrics. Onion, knowing him.
yeah, yeah. Now another set of people I have to big up to, Dominicans. Dominicans treat me so damn well, as if I was a Dominican. They
Mm-mm.
treat me very, very well, very well. The guy who managed me in Guadeloupe, his mother is from Dominica. He was born in Guadeloupe, but his mother is from Dominica.
Jati,
This is
big
the
up
guy that
yourself.
made me perform. Huh?
Jati just came in. Jati
Oh,
and
Jad.
Jati. Yeah.
Yeah, that's another man we not acknowledging much in St. Lucia. Someone
Yeah.
who has helped so many entertainers. I wish Jaunty would write a song for me. I just wish he would write a song for me one day. You
Mm-hmm.
know, Jaunty, big up to Jaunty, boy. Jaunty have a lot to do with a lot of entertainers, the position that they reach. Jaunty composed some of the best songs for Ashanti. He used to write for Ashanti.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Big up to
I'm
Jaunty.
familiar
Big
with
up.
a lot of Jati's works, and he
Yeah,
I'm gonna get in contact with him. He just sent me his contact, so I'll be talking to you
yeah,
very soon. So I want to go down the line. All right, I still want a definite answer from you when it comes to Ulale before we jump on to the next road match hit.
yeah.
That time, that song really is what influenced the carnival because remember it had bands like Lucian Spirit, right?
Hmm.
Um, Again, a brain fat right now. Lucian Spirit, it had Cozy Guzzlers, it had Shamalayan dancers, it had a lot of
New
big bands
dimension,
during the
new,
New Dimensions,
new
right?
dimensions. Yeah,
Right, and even Miss Nicole, right, was in part of that. That's in the comments here, right?
yeah,
And
yeah,
I tell you something. During that time, it was splendiferous at Marshall Grounds. I mean, for me, my personal experience, seeing those king and queens with the nice big costumes. I mean, it was so colorful, it was so joyous. I mean, rags, flags was everywhere. I mean, everybody was young and full of joy during that time. So when that song started
yeah.
spreading throughout St Lucia, Ulale, how did you feel, man? What was the feelings for you? Really tell me in detail.
Boy, I can't explain, but the feeling was great. I felt real good, real good, very, very good. You
Mm-hmm.
know, to be accepted in that mother home. A lot of people I met, they were bigging me up on the tune.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I did a show in Viewport. A lady came on stage, started whining in front of me, tune on the crowd. You
Mm-hmm.
know, the tune, no, this tune brought me a lot. Took me a lot of places. It took me a lot because that's the tune I sung when they had a competition between Invader and myself in New York, and I beat Invader. But they made a mistake, and they said Invader was the winner. Then when they checked the points, they said no, I am the winner. Then Invader wanted to sue them because of that.
Boy, Papa
Because
don't play.
he already called the radio station and told them that he was the winner.
Uh-huh.
But then they found out I was the winner, you know. Because they had to pick someone to represent St. Lucia.
Mm-mm.
And they had the two of us.
Mm-hmm.
So we did a show in Connecticut together.
Mm-hmm.
That's the time I tell you, no, was it the time I performed with Shadow? No, it, no, I don't think so. No, 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 no. That
Mm-hmm.
show was different.
Okay.
When I performed with Shadow, we went to Connecticut. That was a different show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's jump on to.
Yeah, but
Go ahead, go ahead.
no, in spite of all that, Papa is still my friend. We grew up together, joking in each other. You know, we grew up as young
Mm,
boys together, always laughing and joking. I mean, it's our fans that differentiate us. Hope Invader better than you, or you better than Invader, and all this shit. We are two St. Lucian entertainers.
mm,
There's no better than. We are two entertainers from St. Lucia. We both bigging up St. Lucia, no matter where we go. You know.
mm. Yeah, I
So
want to touch on that some more,
yeah.
but I want to I want to stay on the topic of the road match hits that you had. All right, and it's four of them.
Hmm.
We shall hop,
Yeah.
Ulale, Bobolis, and Military Jam, which was another one of my favorite. Right. So you had a back to back.
Hmm.
Was it when you had the back to back? It was 95 and
Ulale and
96.
Wishalop. Yeah.
Okay.
90,
Right. So
93 and 94.
okay.
93 and 94.
So what about 95? To me, you won the road match then.
95, I was supposed to. I had two songs that could have won road match, but they make sure that I don't win road match. They make sure that when the buns reach in front of judges, they don't play my song. I had Go Accord, I had Wheelbarrow. Wheelbarrow and Go Accord. That's the time when they banned me from singing in my own country.
Okay.
They banned me from singing home.
Yeah, talk about that a little bit
Why
before we
think?
go into that one. So why did they ban you from singing in St Lucia? 'Cause I heard about that too as well. It was a big thing, and you did write
They
a
want.
song
They
about that
want.
too.
Okay. The guys wanted to change the date of carnival. Okay.
Mm.
I mean, that's none of my business. I don't live in St. Lucia. I live in the United States. I go home to perform. So they said anybody that perform, whatever. So I went home and I performed. I didn't know anything about the penalties they had laid upon us. It's later on I get a letter in the mail how I cannot perform in St. Lucia no more. But you know what hurt me the most? That same year, they had a red plastic bag and Adonijah, foreign artists performing in my country when I cannot sing in my own country. You know what that hurt me? So I decided to go to Martinique. I went to Martinique and I opened up the band called Soca Zouk Express because the Martinicans treated me much better than my own people.
Okay, that was the
The
name of the
Martinicans
band.
big me up.
Mm.
Yeah, Soca Zouk Express. Yeah.
Mm.
They treated me so nice over there. You wouldn't believe it, boy. You wouldn't believe it. Everywhere I pass in Martinique, I get in ratings. I was on TV Guide. I was always on television, in the newspaper. Oh, don't talk about.
Don't tell me your battery going down there, Jaunty. Jaunty, Jaunty, are you there? Hold on, just now, people. At least it went on a little bit longer this time, right? Let me see what's going on with Jaunty here. We lost him. Yeah, people. You're listening to Unsung, and Kenson Kazimi. Big up yourself. Hold on, don't go away, Jaunty. Stay right here. Stay right there. Stay right there. Stay right there. Stay right there. Let's see. There we go.
Yeah,
Just like clockwork.
I had to cut you off, but because I got a call, I'll call them back. I just cut it off. I cut off the call.
All right.
I cut off the
Yeah,
call.
because if you had done that again like last time, it would have just that would have been it for the live.
Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
I saw you moving my headphone. I turned it back on now.
Mm. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Continue where we left off.
where we left off? Remind me.
Yeah. So you were talking about they ban you from singing in St. Lucia,
Oh yeah.
you know, and the hardships you face there.
Yeah, that's why I had to do a tune called La Gemoy.
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
listen to the
What was
lyrics
the line
in
again?
La Gemoy, Ati
Sing that
Mali
line.
we
Sing that
komweki,
line. Uh.
At Ati Mala. Um,
The mind going now.
yeah, just now.
Let me play a little
Mamele
bit of it.
kisa, mamele
Go ahead.
kisa
That's
yo
it.
di
That's it.
de pisante moi bien. Mamele
Uh-huh.
kisa yo fait la vie quand te moi bien. Ati male
Mm.
we comme moi qui leve la Cleary. Yo di masa chante calypso en cette
Oh, shit,
lisi.
listen.
Moi quoi yo ka fou, moi quoi yo toutes les maladies. C'est bon Dieu
Mm.
seulement qui ça dit moi les pour chanter. Gatel, it's a lot of
What was the
jealousy,
last part? What's the last
woman.
part? I always trying to figure out that last part. What is it?
Asulate ya le gen jalousie. Mamele ki sa yo di mon boy I know. Play that thing, play. Play the tune and I'll tell you what.
Oh boy, let me tell you, man. I always try to figure out that song, and I can't figure it out. I can't figure it out.
Marcelino did it for me. Marcelino, his father played with Casal.
Uh-huh. Yes, people, you're listening to Unsung Influences with DJ Panras, and this is the man Martin Regis, Jaunty. Boy, Cleveland love that song, boy. Let me make sure my thing out. All right, we good, we good. Mm. Yeah. N'oublie pas de.
But, yeah, in this world we know there's a lot of jealousy.
Uh-huh.
I use a little Haitian Creole there.
Yes. I want to play the second verse, right?
Yeah.
I love that bass line. I tell you, every time I hear that song, it just remind me of Grozille Friday night, man. You know the vibe, you know?
Yeah.
Second verse.
Jalousie.
Yeah.
Look what I
And
showed
I
you.
like the ending when it comes to that's a drum machine.
And my keyboard.
Which one is that? That's the okay.
That's a Roland. Roland.
Uh-huh.
That's what I use to compose most of my songs.
Yes. That's amazing that you still have this thing in you, man, Jaunty, because you know, a time like today, a song like Corona, like what you
Boy.
did, you know, compose
Yeah.
using what you used there to compose that. You know, a
Mm.
lot of artists today still try to do that and make it in the music industry. And let me
Yeah.
tell you, it's competitive with the way music is now. You know, but I want to save that little thing what I just mentioned here. Let's save it towards the end. I want to still
Hmm.
keep the fire burning when it comes to the road march hits. We
Yeah.
shall hope. How did that song come about?
We shall hope. Bobby the one that gave me the idea. Bobby
Bobby
told me,
again.
he told me you want to have something that song like a bad word home. He say, shall hope.
Uh-huh.
Shall hope. So I say, what about we shall hope? you know, he said, yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. We shall hope.
Uh,
So I tell him, okay, let me go home and start writing that tune. Then right
uh,
away, the idea just came about, you know, like I tired wave, I tired jumping. Now
mhm.
is a different dance, you know. It's started
Because
winding
at the
my
time it
waist.
was Super Blue that had the jump and wave going with. I want Super Blue had that jump and
Right.
wave.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I came up with We Shall Hope. That's one of my greatest songs, boy. What?
Uh-huh.
At that time,
Which took road, boy, let me tell you.
uh,
Mm-hmm.
I used to get a lot of shows, from the Bajans. The Bajans used to hire me. Imagine I get a show in England from the Bajans. I get a show in England from the Vences. And there's a Trinity that used to send for me to perform more in England. Darby used to send for me too, Darby Etienne. But the
Darby.
Trinity that used to send for me, he passed away, He got stabbed. Somebody stabbed him in
Uh-huh.
his record shop.
Oh boy.
Saga Boy. Saga Boy, yeah. He used to send for me. I used to stay at his home when I go to England.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I had to get a lot of shows from different islands, Dominicans.
So then you write the lyrics of
Yeah.
We Shall Hope, right? You were in St. Lucia still at that time, or you were in New York?
Me? I left St. Lucia a long time ago,
Uh,
man. Let me tell you, I in the United States for 42 years.
no, I mean like because remember like how you said Ulale, you stayed in St. Lucia. So when you wrote We
No,
Shall Hope,
Bobby is the one that did that. Bobby is in the States. Bobby not in St. Lucia.
no, no, but you were in
So
New
I
York
was,
at the time when it was written.
yeah, I was in New York all the
Okay.
time. And,
Mm-mm-mm.
I wrote the tune and I went to record it, and then when it was time for Carnival home, I head home,
Right.
you know.
So that's what I mean. So then you came home, Carnival, and then what?
hmm
You displayed the song to the radio stations. And what was
hmm
next?
I give it to Burning Flames,
Mm-hmm.
and Onion tell me he like it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when that hit the radio station, my God, woo, We Shall Hop.
Mm-hmm.
Ulale was a great song, but We Shall Hop, my God. Invader tell me he had a road march, but he refused to drop it. When he heard We
Invader
Shall
was
Hop,
scared.
he said, that's it, that's road march,
Uh,
that's road march. Because
uh.
all over tongue, all you're hearing is, I want to see that on, but instead of
What
We
you're
Shall
hearing
Hop,
is the national, what is called a national word right now. Now let's listen
you
to a
know the
little bit of
Lucian
it.
slang. I was
Yeah, to
performing in
me,
Canada, and a lady had a little child. She put a little child near the mic, and because the child was saying, "He shall up" instead of "We shall up." A little child.
what happened
Oh,
in there?
somebody at my
Fire.
door.
Oh, okay, all
Yeah,
right. We're listening to the song, right? So go and collect your package.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Hold on, Jaunty. We're listening to the song.
Okay.
He said, we shall up, shall up, shall up, shall up, shall up. Ah, Mission spirit, bingo. Boom, 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 boom. Who played bass on there?
Alton.
Alton again. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me tell you, every time I hear that, that just bringing me back. Yeah, I don't know for the audience here watching, but let me tell you, when I heard that song, I mean, I was a little child, as a smallie. I tell you, when that song come on, every little child and everybody was singing. I mean, the vibe of the song, like right here, right?
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding. I mean, you know what I mean? Like it was a whole. just I don't know. It was like you was bringing fire to St Lucia with these songs because I mean Invader was hitting, Invader was hitting, but
Yeah.
you really I don't know, boy. It's like you just came with that formula, boy, and that just took over St Lucia from that time. And even to this day, that song is anyway. Anytime you play that song, it's just like it come out like it's the first time it came out on the radio. You know,
Yeah.
right? So you receive international acclaim with this one, right? As well as Ulale.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you started performing all over the Caribbean, New York, Madison Square
Yeah.
Garden, man. Tell me about that
Yeah.
experience, before we head to the next road match hit.
Well, Madison Square Garden is after Bobolis.
Okay.
Bobolis was 95.
Mm. So with We Shall Hope
Yeah.
now, what was the did you like get to travel overseas because of that song? Or I mean was you it
Oh
was
yeah.
still kicking dust that time there?
Do- Dominica. I went to
Ah.
Dominica. Yeah. St. Vincent. St. Vincent
Mm-hmm,
Carnival. Well, I pushed
mm-hmm.
myself in St. Vincent. They didn't invite me there. I pushed myself. I went there with my
Ah.
records, give it to the DJs, and I started
Mm-hmm.
singing off my tracks. They had a party once. I went in the dance hall and just started singing off, and the song kick off in St. Vincent. It just kick off over there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then again,
Sometimes you have to push
we go.
yourself, You have to push yourself.
That's very important. I must say, even to a
Yeah.
day like today, with social media, advent of social media, pushing your own
Hmm.
music is so important. I mean, I never wrote, I've never written songs before, but knowing
Yeah.
artists, especially in St. Lucia, around the Caribbean and so on. I mean, they made it now, even well before. It was just you have a CD,
Hmm.
you bring it to the set, like you mentioned, bring it to the radio station and they play it, and from there, you get
Yeah.
calls and people start calling and so on. You know.
Yeah.
Um, I want to touch on a little bit maybe between Ulale and We Shall Hope. What was like maybe the negative claims or maybe the hurdles you had to face? You
Hmm?
know, what are some of the hurdles that you face? With these
Uh,
songs being out. I know you already mentioned one of them, which is, you know, excuse me, which was they didn't want you to come back to St. Lucia to perform. You know, so now we're a year later. You're back in St. Lucia. You have We Shall Hope. You know, it's kicking
yeah.
dust. The carnival bands, the revelers, everything. I mean, that time was just so magical, Jaunty. Like I don't even know if you can recall in your brain during that time, the carnival time. To me, was one of the
Oh,
best years.
we shall hope I was jumping up on the road, boy. I was having a great time.
uh,
I was
and
having a
what? Tell me
great
some of the
time.
hurdles that you face. Some of
Some of the what?
the hurdles and stuff that you face, the negative criticism and all of that.
Uh, no, people used to big me up a lot, for the tunes.
Mm.
It's after I did Bob Olis. I'm sorry. I think it's after I did Bob Olis. That's when
You start facing
that's
more and
when
more
that's when
pushback.
I got banned. Yes, it's after I did Bob Olis. That year they wanted to change the date of carnival, and I went home and I still performed. And I won it Bob Olis.
Mm.
I won Road March in Bob Olis.
Yes, which was 1995 or 6.
95.
95.
95.
Yes.
Yeah.
Boy, let me tell you, Bobolis. Let me find Bobolis because when you when you hear the song, you listen back to the song, you get the
Hmm.
vibe of what it was during that time. Big up Gozile, big up yourself. You know,
Yeah.
um, you get that vibe from back then, what it was, what the time was, how it was
Yeah.
feeling, where you were at the time. You know, the people
I
on the
was in.
street, the way the people dress, the way they look, the business establishments that were around during that time. School days, all these things for me contribute a lot to
you know, to
It's
this.
true that I have Bubblies on my French album, but it wasn't the French band that did Bubblies. It's a St
Mm.
Lucian band that did Bubblies. St
Oh
Lucians.
yeah.
Lucians alone played on Bubblies. No foreign artists, no foreign band, no foreigners. Lucians alone. Bubblies was done by St Lucians alone. What doing that? What doing that?
I
Something make a
know.
funny noise. Yeah.
What is that? Somebody have a Whitney today, man.
Some guy working outside. They're renovating my apartment. Look, you see he
Oh,
working on the door? He working on
oh,
the
this
door.
guy came in. Oh man, this guy don't
Yeah,
know we're in an interview right now. Oh, horrible.
I know. I could go in
Oh,
my room, you
horrible.
know.
Yeah, if you can, that's fine.
Yeah,
If you can, that's fine. That's fine.
I
If you
could go in
can,
my
then we
room.
might have to get off and come back on.
No, I go in my room.
Just make sure you
I'm,
pas
I'm in,
volley.
I'm, I'm in the kitchen. Yeah.
Hopefully, pas volley.
Huh?
Moi do. Hopefully, pas volley by Ola.
No, they're outside. They're outside.
If you go in your room, he might go and thief something.
No.
I will always be watching people when they're walking on my house. That's just me. Personally.
You see how big my TV is? They can carry that. You see it?
65 inches, Johnny. Mm.
A 65 inch.
Mm-mm. All right. I'm gonna play a little bit
Yes,
of
sir.
bubbles, okay?
Okay.
Baseline. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, Gozile, big up yourself, man. Big up everyone who's still listening. Linford, what's up? Kenson, big up yourself, man.
That was done by Menaka.
Ah. When I was young, I used to play football. I love that bass line, man, Jaunty.
Yeah, that's my bass line. That's one of my favorite instruments. Bass. I love bass.
Mm-hmm. So tell me about the composition of that song now. The putting together of Bubbles. How did it come about,
Bobolis,
the writing process and all of that?
they had a hurricane home, and the government was given money to share to help the country, and I had to
Mm-hmm.
share the money among themselves. That's what I heard. So I asked the names of the people that was in the party. I took the names down. Then I say, well, I want to be on that list.
Uh-huh.
I told I told Glade about it from Menaka. Then I used to go by Glade home. We started the tune.
Mm.
Um, then Chris, the guitarist from Dennery, Chris came up with that was his idea. He came up with that little idea. But the beat, I have to congratulate Menaka for that beat. I don't know where the hell they get that beat from. That was not my beat. That was their beat.
Yes.
Menaka created that beat.
Which is a zouk beat,
wicked beat. The bassman was what's his name? Not Alton, you know. Glade's stepson. Gavin or Javin. Javin or Gavin. Gavin.
Oh, he lives in New York, right?
Yeah, he have a child with one of Kitchener daughters, I think.
Oh, really?
He was only 15. Yeah. A long time before we completed that song. You know, we had to go to the studio about 10 times, a lot of times before we really accepted what we heard. And the guy who produced the song, when I got the award in New York, he had to come on stage with me. And guess who he is? Jewish. You wouldn't believe it. The guy is Jewish, but he arranged for Haitian bands, so he knows about zouk, and he know about our beat. And he is the one that really took his time and produced that song for me, and made it come out so clean. But what really big up the tune was when Darby Etienne sent for me to, in England. We did not release the tune one time. We had to clean it up first. So there was a guy, a St Lucian guy, called, I forget his name. He studied music in Germany, no, in Russia, and he lived in England. He's the one that cleaned up Bubbles for me. And when he cleaned that up, man, if you hear how that sounded, that thing sounds so heavy, sweet and heavy. That's the best mix I ever had. Best. I haven't had a mix like that with none of my other songs except for Wheelbarrow. Martinique, and they played it. The guys asked me, where did I mix that song? Because it. Most of my played in. I know what it is, but big it up because they said the bass they didn't. Yeah, they wasn't too satisfied with the bass. But Bubbles is a great tune, But I get paid for that song so the way I supposed to up to now.
That's what I wanted to get to as well too.
Let me tell you the
mentioned that privately, but we haven't spoken about.
So why you think bubble the word bubble is in the dictionary? It's in the Urban Dictionary. Go on Google. Anybody that have Google on the phone, on the computer, go on Google and 4 bunch from India did bubble it over. 4 bunch from India. A band in Curacao did it in Paplimento. Paplimento. It was done in French in Martinique. Well, they gave me the credit for that. The guys who did it in French in Martinique gave me the credit. But the bunch that did it like in Suriname, because when I went to perform in Suriname, while walking the streets in Suriname, boy, I got a kind of goose flesh. It's on the road. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. I just making that up or I boasting. The guy tell me, come on.
Yeah, yeah.
What?
I don't know if it's to give for the sun, but yeah, I think we've been going steady. Good afternoon,
Oh,
Priscilla. Here's your sister. She just came on. Miss
huh?
Priscilla Regis King has just arrived.
You could see me clear, right?
Yeah, I can see you clear. Yeah, I can hear you
You
too.
could see me clear.
Yes,
Okay.
I can hear you as well.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
You know, I was saying your sister just arrived, Priscilla.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, she just arrived. So,
My sister
yeah,
sang
tell.
backup for me on my first recording, my very, very first recording. My sister sang backup for me. I didn't even talk about that recording with you before I went to Ulali and all these songs. I recorded
Uh,
in New York a long time ago. I did a song called
mhm,
Irisoka on my most conscious tune, which I'm not hearing at all on the radio, is called Don't Give Up. About 400 years in a bondage, you took me away from my
mhm,
country and called me a savage to build up your cities and
mhm,
your schools, that which used to make us fools, teaching me the Bible in your own version, plenty religion causing confusion. You say what
mhm,
wins is the majority, let it be written, so shall it be. Don't give up, don't you
mhm.
give up, keep pushing my people. The minority will soon become the majority.
These
Yeah.
songs, where are they? Where are these songs right now?
St. They should have it at the radio station because I gave them the record when the song was recorded. I gave them a
Mm,
record because I remember once somebody told me they called the radio station to ask them to play the song. Then the DJ told them if they're tired of hearing the song, they played so many times already.
uh-huh.
That's the way you respond in, man, to a request. Somebody requesting a tune, and that's what you're saying to them.
It's called Arrogance.
Boy,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Tell me about the
I
rights for that song, Jaunty, because, like you said, it was done in so many different languages. What
oh,
did you
Babalis?
did you earn? Yeah, did you earn
Okay,
anything from these
I
songs being written in different languages and so on, and locally and
I
internationally?
I registered a tune in Washington, Babalis. Babalis
Mm,
is registered in Washington under my name, and
mm,
I became a member of SACEM. La SACEM
mm,
is in Paris, and they are the ones that are supposed to be paying me. If anybody use my tune without my permission, they're supposed to be seeing about that. So
right.
Gordon Henderson was supposed to check that out for me, and he told me when he went to SACEM, they told him
Mm,
that they have been paying me.
10 minutes and close it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, they have been. He said that they have been paying me, and I've
mm,
never received any money. I've never received no money from Paris. I told Ian to see
mm,
about that for me. Ian been
uh,
trying to help me. Now the latest I have on this is a lawyer from New York. He told me to give
mm,
him the paperwork to show that the tune was registered under my name. Then he'll take up the case for me because I mean 4 bunch from India. did my song over. They have other people in England who did it over. People in Martinique did it over. In Suriname did it over.
Mm.
65 different versions of Bobolis. Come on, man.
Mm.
And I ain't getting a penny out of that. The money I getting is so small from Echo. That's so
Right.
small from Echo.
Mm. Yeah, which is based in St Lucia. Mm.
Yeah, that's just St Lucia.
Mm. Mm.
Now I joined another organization where they're supposed to be putting the money directly into my account, no matter where my song play. So
Mm.
I even
Mm.
know if any money was placed in my account.
Okay. Well, you had to follow up on that, eh?
Yeah,
Yeah. Because I
what do
hate
you
to
mean?
hear
That's
stories where artists write songs and other people go and steal the lyrics or they steal the format or whatever the case may be that is copywritten and
I
the
know.
artists don't earn. Because I mean, writing music and so on, man. Let me tell you, I've heard stories where it takes so much to write a song and to come up sleepless nights, and then you go to to these record dealers, whether it be maybe not based in St. Lucia, but like international. Let's say for just naming, Sony Records or whatever, you know,
Hmm.
and and then the executives over there did not like the song. They did not like it. And you spend so much
Yeah,
of your hard-earned money, you spend to do this and to do that, to arrange the song to do, and then the executive is like, oh,
yeah,
get out of my office or whatever the case may be during that time, you know?
yeah.
Did you have any management at the time when you were, carrying out these deals or
No, that's a problem. That's a problem.
uh,
If I had met Ian during that time, I know I would have been much further. Things would have been much better for me. But I met
uh,
Ian late.
mm,
But he's been trying. He's been trying to hook me up with some people to see
right,
where they could
right.
help me out.
Mm.
Yeah. You know
Okay.
seen me, right?
Mm?
You know seen me. Uh-huh.
No, I'm
But you
not
seen
seeing
my
you.
fun.
I seen the, yeah,
You seen my fun.
yes.
I just put on my
That's
shirt,
okay.
that's why.
That's
I
okay.
get
That's
a
okay. I'm hearing you clearly.
no, I get a message that my passport was delivered. So I go and see if it's in the mail.
Okay,
I ain't see
that's
nobody.
fine.
I ain't see nobody
That's
knock on
fine.
my door.
That's fine. We could wait until the interview. We're almost done anyway. Um,
Yeah,
the final road match, military jam. I think that was 1998, if I'm mistaken.
yeah, yeah, 98.
Yeah,
Yeah.
military jam. As always, I want to pull it up, play it, so that people can
Mm,
hear it. That was one of my favorites, honestly. The whole
yeah.
intro of it.
Yeah.
Attention! Yeah, I used to play these songs over. That one and Janet was my one of my two favorite songs. And then I want to
Yeah.
get on two of my other favorites as well towards the end. When we get towards the end,
Yeah.
right? Um, Let me play
You
some
know
of it,
how
right?
long it took you know how long it took them to play
Hold
all
on,
my
and you could
songs in
mention
it?
that. Let's listen to it first, and then we'll talk
Yeah.
about it, right?
Yeah.
Military Jam, you listen to Unsung influences with DJ Panras. Military Jam, Military Jam. Soca, Panama. When the music start to play, then I have to take a man. Soldiers getting out of hand. Hands up, hands down. Spin around like a spinner. Anyways, everybody's on the spinner. Break away, hey, hey. Break away, break away. throw your hands in the air, throw your legs in the air, jumping here and there, jumping you don't care. Attention! Let me tell you, man, Jaunty, right? Let me tell you, man, Marshall didn't had nothing on you at that time, you know, man. Because them time you was there competing with bands. If I have to mention a few, Mad from Barbados. You know, regionally
Yeah.
when these songs hit, you know, in different countries during Carnival, you know,
Mm,
WCK, Crossfire, to name a few, Burning Flames. You know, you had how much bands
yeah.
from Trinidad during that time there coming out with hits, you know, road match hits, and you know, I think a song like Pond the River was hit in Trinidad.
Yeah.
Chinese Laundry had hits coming out, and in St Lucia too, we had hits coming out too during 1998, if I remember. During that time, you know, Shanti had hits coming down. Um, it had Educator coming with hits. Well, I think Educator was more with the Calypso during that time. But in terms of power soca, to me, I will always see you
Yeah.
as the man who was always in front with the power soca. Invader had his his a bit soca as well, but it had a mixture of,
Yeah.
to me, well, more calypso vibe. But you were coming with hardcore soca. The beat was different, you know. It was.
Yeah. You're right about that.
uh
You're right.
mm,
Yeah.
yeah, I study it. You know, I see it, and I noticed that because most of the other artists was still singing soca, which was up tempo, but it was more calypso lyrics. You understand?
Yeah.
But you were coming with hardcore soca lyrics and the beat, the whole composition, everything was the drum machine, everything was strictly soca coming down in your behind. You understand?
Yeah.
And even with the touring, there's a couple of videos with you on YouTube, performing these songs as well. And I didn't see much other artists doing that apart from Invader, yourself. I know
Yeah.
Shanti and them used to do little tours and things, but it was more you pushing that brand of power soca, which wasn't called power soca at the time,
Yeah.
but I call it power soca because of the up tempo. Now they call it power soca because the beat and the up tempo of the music, right?
It was just called soca.
So Military Jam, what was the impact? I know it wasn't as big as Ulale and We Shall Hop and Bob Hollis, but what
That's
was
the
what
only tune.
I don't
The,
remember that song being a road match hit, but I knew it was, but I didn't remember it being a road match hit, sorry, during that time. I just remember enjoying the song. So what was the road match influence on it during that time? What was happening on the ground in St. Lucia during that time?
that's the only tune that haven't got uh, a reason why I wrote it. Most of my tunes have a reason, but that's the only tune I just decided to make a song for road match.
Uh,
So I just came out with Military Jam. And
mm-hmm,
I got some help from Dahlia from Trinidad.
mm-hmm.
She sang background for me. She's the one who's singing Bobolis too.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. It's not. There's no. We're not like We Shall Hop and Ulale, Bobolis.
Mm-hmm.
Military Jam was just a tune I just did.
Okay. And did you expect it to hit road match?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I always had a feeling I would win road match. Even when I did my other songs, is when I did Go Accord and Wheelbarrow, and I noticed I didn't win. Then
Boy, I
people
love
home
that
was
song.
telling me what was going on, because
Yeah.
I wasn't there for the carnival. I was in Martinique. They tell me
Okay.
when the bands reach in front of the judges, they change in the tunes. They used to play my tune on the road, but when they reach in front
Mm-hmm.
of the judges, they change in the tune around.
Yeah.
They do that purposely to make sure I don't win road match. I said,
What?
I noticed how they treat me in my own country. I couldn't stay home. I couldn't stay in St. Lucia. I really couldn't stay there. I love St. Lucia. This is
Mm-hmm.
my country. That's where I was born. But
Mm-hmm.
you know, I mean, they do everything to keep me back home, and they
Mm-hmm.
try to win nothing. Yeah,
Mm. Wow.
but but I tell
It's
you,
sad, you know, as you
the year
say.
when
Mm-hmm.
I telling you, man, you don't know how I feel, man. After staying home, stayed away from competition for a long time, I decided to head back home and get back into the competition. Give them two great songs.
Mm. Don't leave me now. Don't leave me again. We'll turn up the volume on that one, and then we'll see what's happening here with Jaunty. Hopefully, he didn't leave us this time. You're listening to Unsung Influences, DJ Panras. All right, very first broadcasted interview. This is the man out of St Lucia, and we'll attempt to bring him back on here. So let's come for Carnival. So let's start to break away. And I have to say, come on, it's not letting me out you. To the world. Throw your hands in the air, throw your leg in the air, jump in there and there.
Okay, we're back now. We're back. Yeah,
Yeah.
my sister know that I'm with you. Why she calling me?
Priscilla, real trouble, Sammy.
She still on?
She might be there. I see her name is there, but I don't know if she's actually watching. You know?
Okay. Tell her I'll call her
Yeah.
later. Or if she there, she'll
Yeah.
hear me.
Priscilla, he'll call you later. Give him a chance. Let him do his interview. He's almost done. Okay? All right. All right.
I
Military
don't.
jam. Jaunty, before
Yeah.
before we extend too far into
Hmm.
the interview, I want to play two of my heartfelt songs by you. My favorite songs. Two of my favorite songs, apart from the ones that you made that are road match hits, apart from the ones that are very, very popular. There are two of them and one additional one I want to play.
Yeah. Which one?
Let me tell you, when I play that song, or these two songs, apart from the third one,
Hmm.
if I'm doing a sound check, if I'm playing a DJ gig or something, I do a sound check, I
Yeah.
always play that song as my sound check. I look the intro of it just to hear how the
Yeah.
music sounds. And I've been doing that unintentionally. I've been doing that. Sorry if you hear the wind coming through.
Yeah.
Unintentionally, but I do it because I was always looking for a song that I can play in the beginning that you won't hear the lyrics. I just wanted to hear the instrumental. So this song right here, very deep, very deep to
Hi.
me, very deep song.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna turn up the volume, so we're gonna listen to it, eh?
Let me show you my
Oh,
neighborhood
I like
while
that cover. The very Yeah, go ahead. You could show it to me.
I just go and check my mail.
Sure. I want you guys to listen to that song. This is a tribute to all the mothers, right? And it doesn't have to
Oh,
be
mother.
Mother's Day for you to enjoy your mothers, your mothers. Listen to the lyrics, eh? I'm sorry, this
Yeah.
is homeless. Sorry, homeless. This is not the other one. Is
Oh, homeless.
Yeah. The next one is Mother's Food. I love this song. This one is deep.
Bobby did that too. Listen to the lyrics in that. Listen to the lyrics.
Of his kingdom. I'm tell you, Jaunty, boy, to
The lyrics in
control.
that is very heavy.
That is it. To be a homeless man in this universe. To be a homeless man. I tell you, that's true. I'm gonna play one more verse.
Yeah.
Push over. Do something.
Huh?
Oh, when I see women and children homeless, so Lord, it does hurt me. It does hurt me. When I see my brothers and sisters homeless, so Lord, yes, I know who is responsible.
To be a homeless man in this universe.
It's like living in hell.
To be a homeless man.
In this universe is a story I must tell. Ethiopia. Somalia.
Yes, people, you're listening to Unsung Influences with DJ Panras. And we're talking
Huh?
to Martin Regis, better known as the Jaunty. Yeah, man, Jaunty, I tell you, that's one of my favorites. Homeless. Give me a little backstory with that song before I play you my next favorite song of yours.
That's when I started experiencing the situation of black people in America.
Hmm.
Um, I and that's when shortly after I became a Muslim. Because when I came to America, I didn't come for money really. I came for knowledge, and I got involved
Hmm.
in etymology. Etymology is the study of words. Like psychology is the study of the mind.
Hmm.
Philosophy is the study of a man's idea about the universe. You
Yeah,
know, so
yeah.
homeless. I just didn't like the way the situation that black people was living in America.
Hmm.
And if you listen to the beginning of the tune, in the beginning, man was created with dominion over all things. And then he created mankind. Mankind. Remember, if you listen to the lyrics in that tune very well, he created mankind. Mankind means a kind of man. If
Hmm.
you look at the Bible that you all read very much, it says, "Thou shalt not lay with mankind." In other words, don't mix your seed. You know, it's oh
Sodom
boy,
and
we're getting into
Gomorrah.
something. We're getting into something really heavy right now. you know, it oh Lord. Then
Hmm.
going to Islamic classes, I learned a lot. You know, one of the things I
Hmm.
learned is black people should never feel bad by being called a monkey or ape because I never seen a monkey with nappy hair, neither an ape. No animal
Hmm.
has my hair texture. No animal
Hmm.
have my hair texture. I have
Hmm.
real hair. I have strong hair. Every strand of hair and your hair stands. And when it stands, it breathes. Your hair breathes. That's why I do not believe in dreadlocks. I do not believe in dreadlocks. Dreadlocks, your hair clusters, and the ones in between cannot breathe. And if
Right.
any dust get in between there, you cannot clean that out either.
Yeah.
Locks
Bongos.
in Africa, locks in Africa means to braid. When you braid your hair, you lock your hair. That's what locks is.
Mm.
Dreadlock is different from locks,
Right.
you know. So
Mm.
I know a lot of people might like it, but I have to let you know the truth,
Mm.
even if it's
Tell me
bitter.
about your little
I have to,
your faith with Islam. I know you said you study Islamic faith.
yes, yes. I study Islamic faith because getting into etymology, when I studied the word God, God came from three Greek words. Guma, they took the G from Guma, which is wisdom. Uz,
Mm.
they took the O from Uz, strength. And Daba, which is beauty. The D from Daba, and they formed the word God. That is not the creator's name. Anything can be a God. Anyone could be a God. But God is not his
Mm.
name. You know?
Mm.
Now, the most relaxing sound that you could make. Ah, it's so relaxing. Even a baby,
So
when the
the
baby
baby
born,
makes.
the first thing the
Mm.
baby says is ah. That means life in
Mm.
Arabic. The word means life. La means nothing. Life plus nothing is everything. The trees, the blacks, the dogs, everything you see that have life
Mm.
is the creator.
Mm.
Nothing cannot exist without him. He is the most powerful.
Mm.
That's why it was very hard to believe that Allah entered a woman and impregnated her to have his son. This is
Which in
teachings that have been
translation,
put upon us.
which in translation is Adam and Eve in
Yes,
the yeah.
they really program us to believe in stuff like that. And most black people have the picture of a hippie in their house, and they call him the Son of God, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
same people that enslaved us, and the same people. Look what's going on in America now. Look what's going on in America right now. The same people that fighting us right now.
Mm.
You're going to say that God, Jesus Christ is a white man? So, so what you saying to the Chinese? What you saying to the Indians? Jesus Christ is
Mm.
white.
Mm.
You know,
Mm.
let me tell you, man. Education came from the word educo. Educo is a Latin word meaning to program. To program you. They
Mm.
program you so they can use you. So they teach you stuff that they need. So now you are they depend on you now. Or
Mm.
how do I have it the right thing? Or they depend you depend on them. You know, they
Mm.
program you the way that they want to use you anyway. In stuff that they want done, they'll program you in that way. So they come up with the word education, which is educo. All this
Mm.
I learned, through etymology.
Yeah. I've
So
had
anyway, let's
I've had
get back to the
a
music.
fair share of learning these things too, and I was so shocked. And when, like you say, the breaking down of certain words, education, woman, woman, you understand, a lot of different ones. And I do believe, I agree with you
Yeah,
100% that a lot of brainwashing was done, you know, a lot of brainwashing was
yeah,
done, you know,
a lot,
and
a lot of
today,
brainwash.
even today, we find
I
ourselves
get
on
to
a
her.
spectrum to be living right from, we call wrong right nowadays, and we call wrong right, you know, and people want to argue with you when you tell them facts. And there's some of them don't
Yes,
even know fact from fiction anymore because of and this is why I have conversations like this, because tell people the truth because everybody have a speculation. They believe this, they believe that, and it's all about people's mind. What is your mind? Sometimes you make sense out of nonsense. You know,
Yeah, it's
I say
true.
la vie.
That's it, lovey. Yeah.
That's a song I want to play, Jaunty. That's one of my
Uh-huh.
favorites. I said it. I had a little mix up a while ago. It was I meant to play this one first, but it's also my favorite. Right?
Yeah.
To all the mothers, listen to the
Oh,
first
modesty.
two verses of the song.
Anytime a woman attracts a man, together he will try everything he can. Oh yes, she will spend, but she gives you plenty. One thing for her is sweet, that means under the sweetest. Anytime he hear the word pregnancy, right away he pretend that he don't know she.
Who's bang
All
man?
on she left to his side. She know this big belly she can hide.
I like this part right here.
Say when a father neglect his kid, and this kid in a need, there is hungry belly to feed.
Mothers feel the pain. So many fathers are having fun while their children are on the run. No one to give a helping hand. Mothers feel the pain, the pain. Yeah, man. Deep song, man.
Mothers raising a family without the help of the father.
Ba, 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 ba.
Here, little ones.
One more verse, eh? We're going
Yeah.
into a little Latin samba here, people.
Mothers are working from 9 to 5, trying their best to stay alive. Plenty of mouths to feed on water trend. But help them out and get them plenty more. Never judge a woman by what she does. Find out the reason for her demise. Sometimes these things just send them insane.
Only then mothers feel the pain. I like this part right there.
See when a father neglect his kid, and this kid is in the need. There is hungry belly to feed.
Mothers feel the pain, the pain. So many fathers are having fun while the children are on the run. No one to bring a helping hand. Mothers feel the pain, the pain. And I got Latin in that boy.
That's the same guy who arranged Walk and Wine.
And always love your mother.
That's the song I sung at the Apollo.
Say it again, Jaunty.
That's the same guy who arranged Walk and Wine.
Oh, really?
Kenrick Georges.
Aha.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, St Lucian was real sweet during them times, man.
I telling
Then
you,
when I
boy.
hear songs like that, man, I think of when they had little to no crime in the country, man. You
Yeah.
know? And when you watch these videos, and there's an actual video performance of you on YouTube singing those two songs that I just played there so far. And let me tell you, man, that bringing you back. I don't know how many people can resonate with what I'm saying. To me, the world we live in today is very dark. We see the sun shining, but it's very dark, very dark. In people's
Yeah.
soul, people's souls have become very dark. And to me, as far as I see it, we have no morals anymore, no respect for old school music. Alicia, big up Alton,
It's
big up
true.
yourself. We have no
Yeah.
morals and respect for these songs because them songs is what really nurture. It was like the water to the plants. You know what I'm saying? It was the sunlight to the trees. You know, those kind of things
Yeah,
influence it heavily, influence music. And I find like, to me, as a youngster as well, people will think, well, look at me, they'll think, well, I'm into hip hop, I'm into things, but that's my music. That's what I play and that's
yeah,
what I live by every day. I tell you, I get up, I go in the shower, these songs I put on. No, this little
yeah,
speaker there, you'll never see me not without my speaker or my headphones because that's what I listen to. I listen to it because you go out on the street, you still hear the new songs. They repeat them over and over. But these songs, you barely
yeah,
hear them. You barely hear them on the radio. There's a few DJs pushing it. You know what I mean? And this is
yeah.
why I do what I do. You know. Tell me a little bit about that song here, "Mothers Feel the Pain."
Mothers feel the pain. I was thinking about my kid's mother at home.
Mm.
You know, I remember
Come to your face,
when
Jaunty.
I
We ain't seeing you.
when I huh?
We're not seeing your face. You're hiding.
No, when I left St. Lucia, heading to the United States, she
Mm.
almost cried when she dropped me off at the transportation. I had to catch transport to go to Viewport to catch my flight.
Uh-huh.
And I told her I'll come over to make life better for us. But you know how it is when you enter the United States without your papers, what you have to go through to be
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
neutralized, you know?
mm-hmm,
I mean, I didn't mean to hurt her or anything like this. Maybe she took it the wrong way, you know? But I had to do what I
mm-hmm,
did for me to get my papers over there. And I was
mm-hmm,
always thinking about her. But she thought I had abandoned her, you know? And I know
mm-hmm.
she worked very hard to take care of my kids because not all the time I was able to send anything to help her out.
Right.
Imagine I was doing a job in New York, passing out flyers for $20 a day. $20 a day. That's all I was getting. You know, I wasn't getting much money. Um,
Mm-hmm,
I tried to send whatever I can to help her out. You know, I know
mm-hmm,
I only had one kitty for her at that time. I tried to help her out, but things didn't work out good. But after I did my first recording, I was
mm-hmm.
invited to do a show in St. Lucia. You know, I came home without my papers, man, to perform. I performed at their hotels. That's when I did Don't Give Up on Irish Soccer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Shootons backed me up.
Mm-hmm.
And
A
then
big
I was
bad true
having
John.
a hard time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you was asking about Mother's Philippine. Um,
Yeah.
you know, I raised up my daughter all by myself too, you know, because my first wife,
Mm-hmm.
American, was very young when I married her.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Uh-huh.
she and I spent some time together. It didn't last, but at least I was able to get my papers through her, you know, and I
Okay.
thank her very much for that because if it wasn't for her, I would never be here right now. But I
Mm.
had to take care of my daughter by myself, and it was not that easy.
Single
And
father.
that's how I wrote. Yeah, I remember. I remember my kid's mother home. I say, I knew what she going through too, you know. So, you know, I wrote the
Man,
tune "Mother's Feel the
I
Pain."
think I cried to that song before you, boy. I'll tell you, man, because I listen to the lyrics, I hear the little strings. Like I said, bring me back to when St. Lucia was St. Lucia, man. You know, like when you hear a
Yeah,
certain song, you hear a song like Mad Goes Ile Tonight. That bring you to a time when Goes Ile was swinging. You know, you hear a song like that,
yeah,
you hear Bob Hollis, that bring you back. Sometimes you watch old footage and you're hearing them song playing in the footage you're watching. That's telling you that that was the time. A timeless
yeah,
hits. Some people probably don't know about this one. you know. And
Yeah.
let me tell you, man, I'm forever grateful to you. I'm giving you your flowers right now because sometimes people pass away, and that's when they want to pay tribute, you know, to the artist after they die. They say you're a hero after you die.
It's true.
It's like Robbie sing about
It's
it,
true.
Dead Hero Society, and you have to give people the flowers now, you know.
Now,
Pele was the
mind
same thing
you,
happened to Pele.
as
Mm,
you mentioned that, I must tell you, when I opened the band in Martinique and we start creating an impact, everybody like
mm,
I sold a lot of CDs from Soca Zoot
mm,
Express because I had to go to
mm,
Paris. That's where we pressed the CDs in Paris. And
uh-huh.
when I came to St Lucia, one of the guys involved in the jazz festival told me, he asked me about the band. He said they'll try and get the band to come over for jazz festival. I
Mm,
said, okay, whenever you're ready. Up to now, up to now, I never been on jazz festival. I see all kind of people that where I did more contribution to St. Lucia for St. Lucia
mm,
and than them, and they were able to be on jazz festival. They
mm.
never invited me. Never. They never invited me. I don't know if it's something political. I don't know.
Mm.
I really don't know. But
Right.
hmm, the creator knows the best.
The third tune I want to play is this one, which you made for June Koyol.
Oh, Lajimwe.
And DJ Holic posted this one. Big up.
Oh yeah.
Martinique, Guadeloupe, La Puyenne. We performed that one in West Palm Beach.
Yeah. Well, it's a Haitian girl that helped me write that.
A Haitian girl. It wasn't your wife. I know your wife is
Yeah.
Haitian, right?
Why you had to mention that?
Eh,
When
mwen
people
sa
say
bada nothing asa mem Koyol la nou ka pale.
but some people say I go into Haiti so I can get a lot of work in New York. You know, I had a lot of
Uh,
business in New York.
uh,
I mean, I like hustling. You know, that's how you make your money.
right.
Yeah.
So I
He
mean,
said,
did you form the business after you realized well music really wasn't going to push you and make an income? You formed your business and what was that in?
no, not really. I went to Montech. You know, I studied electricity.
Hmm.
So apart from music, I've been an
Okay.
electrician for a long time. And when I got to New York, I, I started working with a trash compactor business company. That's
Mm.
the trash, trash compactors, the garbage
Oh.
machines. So
Hmm.
I, they have quite a few machines in New York City that I build.
Uh-huh.
You know, and I still get calls. Though I'm in New York, in Texas, I get calls
Mm.
sometimes to go and repair machines in New York
Mm-hmm.
because they haven't got too many technicians fixing trash compactors. I
I
can
see.
still get back into my music, but because of my sickness, I'm on dialysis. I have kidney problems, but the day that I receive a kidney, I can reopen my business. But for now, I cannot run any business. I cannot because I collect money from the government because of disability, and I'm not
Right.
supposed to be working. I'm supposed to have any business out there.
Yeah, I wanted to touch on that part last with your health concerns and what's going on. Before we
Yeah.
jump right into it, I want to talk about how did you, become a technician, you know, during all of this music that you're doing,
Mhm.
and at what point did you say you went to Montec and you studied that, but how did you become so good at it?
Electricity.
Mm-hmm.
It's uh, electricity. You have to know a lot of mathematics, and math is
Mm-hmm.
something I always like. Formula, trigonometry. Trigonometry, I was very good at. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and when I left Montec, I started working on oil tanker, and that's how I
Mm-hmm.
ended up in Trinidad. Because we used to
Okay.
carry oil from Trinidad to all the other small islands.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to work in the engine room. I used to see about the generators, and I also work with among the oil too. How you call
Okay.
it? I was an oil and an electrician at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
and when I came to the United States, I did a lot more studying. You know, I studied electricity a little more. I started
Mm-hmm.
studying how you call this instrumentation, but
Mm-hmm.
believing that I know so much, I got a call to get a job at Disney World. I
What?
drove all the way from Texas to go to Disney World. When I got there, when the guy gave me the test, it was very close to what I was learning at school, but I did not study hard. I didn't study enough, and I failed the
Okay.
test. I was so disappointed. I thought I would pass the test because while I was at school, I started catching on to instrumentation very quick. It's more or
Mm-hmm.
less through a computer. You could troubleshoot electrical problems.
Right, right,
So I'm trying to get my
right.
children into it now. My daughter, she just joined the electrical union, and I
Wow,
tell
your
her,
daughter
please
really
don't.
take from you, eh?
Oh yeah,
What?
I tell her
Because she
don't
did
don't
music. That's the same one that did music, right?
no, that one playing the flute, not the one that played pan. That one
Okay,
playing the
that's a
flute.
different one. Okay.
Well, she into music
Okay.
too. She into
Yeah, the
music too. She love her
girls,
music.
the girls always pick
She
up
create her
somewhere,
own
man.
beat. She creates her own beat on the computer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Koma, big up, sir. So let's land the last thing I want to talk about, and then I want to play two of your other releases that I have on here. Actually, yeah, two of them, which is To Each His Own and One Life. Let's get into
Okay. Yeah.
your dialysis and your health issues that's going on right now. I know you're having some health issues. Tell us, describe to the
Yeah.
people, walk us through what's happening with you.
I was supposed to have been gone by now. I was in a coma for 1 week. When I got up from the coma, I saw my son from Canada around my bed, my sister from Florida, my children, my daughter, my two daughters, my son, all of them around my bed.
Mm-hmm.
I I don't want to talk about the dreams I had because to talk about that on it's too weird, too weird. I mean, when
Right,
you
right, right.
dreamt about death. I dreamt about death. Serious. I just when I saw my grandmother, I
Uh,
freaked out. You know how it is laying down in your bed and hearing a
wow.
coffin rolling towards you. All that is not real. That's things I imagining. I
Yeah,
imagining
yeah.
that, and
Uh,
it's when I wake up from my I don't know what to say, man. It's weird. It's really weird. They told me that a machine was keeping me alive, and then they made me sign some
Wow.
paperwork. The next time that happened to me, what do I want them to do? I said,
Mm.
just let me go. Just let me go.
Really?
I'm not afraid to die. I'm not afraid to die. You know,
Wow.
hey, I'm in this world
Okay.
forever, man.
Uh,
I'm not here
but
forever.
so currently you're in need of a kidney, and how long you been waiting for a kidney?
Six years I'm on dialysis. I should say about 4 years I've been waiting on a kidney. But
What?
I should be getting one. I should be getting one very soon. Yeah, I should be getting one
Oh,
soon.
yes.
Yeah.
How so in terms of your day-to-day life, how are you coping with that,
Uh, it's a strain. It's very strenuous. But you know how it is to get a call. I mean, Crow called me once. I had to go to Trinidad to perform when I sung that tune. I don't know if you have a copy of it. It's called Focus. When I sang Focus, the Love
I
Focus.
heard I heard of it before, but I don't think I have a copy of that one.
Well, I paid my passage to go to Trinidad. I paid my passage, stopped in St Lucia, I had
Mm.
to spend a week in St Lucia, then catch um, British Airways from Viewport to Trinidad. Then all of a sudden I start feeling weak, you know. I started vomiting. I had to fly right back to New York.
Mm.
No, not to New York. Where was I at that time? I was in Texas. Yeah, I was in Texas. I had to
Mm.
fly right back to Texas. So I missed an opportunity to perform in Trinidad because of that,
Okay.
and it really put in a strain on me because of my dialysis. I have to be doing dialysis. If I don't do it, I could pass out. We had
Yeah,
a
Miss
family
Nicole
reunion.
said that we need you around. She'll keep you in our prayers. We'll keep you in our prayers. That's what Miss Nicole says.
Okay,
Yeah.
tell her thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's there.
we,
You could
we
see
had
the comments. It's right there.
okay.
Yeah.
We had we had a family reunion home, and I could not even go to the dinner that I came for. I was on the
Mm.
beach with them. We had a beach party. I went to all that. We had a boat ride. I went to that. The night of the dinner, because my son was the DJ for the dinner. I was home. All of a sudden, I started shaking, 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 and they had to call the ambulance because I did not have
Mm.
dialysis in a while. It almost killed me. I had to end up in the hospital. I spent almost a week in the hospital. And
So,
from there,
uh-huh. Hmm.
from St. Lucia, I had to fly straight to Canada to do a show. So,
Wow.
I, I still went to Canada when I went back.
Uh-huh.
I still went to Canada. My sisters and them was upset. My son was upset with me too. They said I don't
Mm.
like myself, how I'm going to pass out one day. Um, but the love of music, I love music a lot. They don't understand that. That's my strength. That's what gives me strength. Music gives me a lot of strength. It makes me feel good. You know,
Amen.
I, you know, I don't know. So I did a song called One Life.
Yeah, which is the one I'm playing right now, actually.
One life. Today you're born, tomorrow you're gone.
Arranged by Christopher Neal, right?
Yeah.
Is everybody ready? Are you having a great time? Nobody lives forever. Don't be afraid of each other. Just learn to love each other and learn to live together. Enjoy your life to the fullest. Just believe in the goodness. Whether you rich or poor, No need to ask for more. One life, one life. Today you're gone, tomorrow you're gone. One life, one life. Nobody greater than the other. Nobody lives forever. One life, one life. Just try to love each other and learn to live together. I'm feeling good. I'm in the mood. I'm feeling the party. Cause I'm feeling happy. I'm having a great time. Now this ain't no crime. Try not to stop me. Just try and join me. One life. One life. Today you're gone. Tomorrow you're gone.
I like the beats, man.
It's funk, funk.
Yeah, it's a funky beat,
Yeah,
and it's different from Zuka, Soca, anything, but it's a local thing. I mean,
right.
it's very good, man. I like it. It's
Yeah,
different, very different. And
I
and
have
the
a
voice,
rap
I like
artist
how
on
he
it too.
has you on the voicing of your voice comes out very clear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have a rap artist on it too. He's from Jersey.
Who's that? Mr. Brian Williams says, "Good to see you. Have the sun very bright." So,
Oh,
yeah,
Brian.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah, man.
yeah,
That's the
yeah,
long time I hear about Brian, man.
yeah, 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 man, Jaunty, man. Let me tell you, God bless you. I mean, it's rough. I mean, you've been through a lot. I mean, you gave me your whole life story from the beginning when you were born all the way up to now. And tell me what's going on right now with you. And I mean, despite the health issues, you said music gives you strength. So what are you working on? And we're going to Jaunty.
Well, right now, all I can do right now, since I'm not supposed to be working, you know,
Mhm,
I I'm allowed to make some extra money. I get a little check from the government every month, but
mhm,
I do deliveries because a lot of people cannot go out to do the shopping. So
mhm,
they order the stuff online, then I go pick it up. I pick it up at the grocery store for them or wherever. Um, they load it in my
what you
vehicle.
call it? You call it there's a company like
Curb,
um
curb, curb.
Curb. Yeah,
It's
there's
called a
different
curb.
ones. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. I just drop it
yeah.
in front of the door for them. So I don't have to meet with nobody. I don't
Right,
have to meet
right.
with nobody. I could stay in my vehicle and work.
Mm, 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 mm,
Yeah.
mm, mm, mm.
I don't. I
Yeah, but
supposed to
are
do
we
that
expecting
today.
any new music though? Are we gonna expect something new, or what you working on right now?
I have some very serious songs which I think I'll try and sell to a couple of popular artists. One of them
Mhm,
is a reggae, or I might do it in soca. I don't know. It's
mhm.
called it's very heavy. It's very very heavy. It's about um. You took me away from my country and calling me. No, what song is that? Oh, Lord. While talking to you, it just slipped my mind. Excuse me, the age. you know, I ain't
I
young
forgive
again.
you.
I ain't young again. Yeah.
I forgive
Oh
you.
shit. I trying to
Don't blame it on the
I trying to
age though.
remember.
Uh,
And I have a lot of support from St Lucia. I do. A lot of people from St Lucia support me, and I really appreciate that. You
that's
know,
good in today's age because I know
I get a
before you was getting a lot of power, but now you know
yeah. I know.
we got St Lucian community.
I, well, you can expect everybody to love you. You can expect
Yeah.
everybody to love you. You know, some. Jalousie.
Come on, you're trying to call me. Hold on, eh? sorry about that. My apologies.
Okay.
My
Yeah,
apologies. Mm.
one of the songs I working on right now, I trying to work together with Nathan on is yes, they took me from
Mm.
my continent and they brought me to a strange
Mm.
land. How they took away
Mm.
my culture and distorted my future. But I read about my glory. I read about my story in the book of Revelation. I read about my nation, like the color of the soil, the dust of the earth, the bark of a tree. The I existing, I existing, like the fishes in the sea, the birds in the air, I
Not
surviving.
sure
Them
like
say
that.
y'all ain't hate, yeah? You heard it from me now. First, it coming out soon.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's called
You have a new song called Go ahead, sorry.
no, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
No, no,
Go
I was
ahead.
gonna introduce them to the Corona song that you just wrote. I was gonna introduce it before we
Oh
head
yeah.
out, and then I wanted to
Okay.
just briefly tell them a little bit about how I met you shortly before we end out. Corona, I'm gonna play. This is on 2020 Corona.
Yeah.
Who's knocking on my door? Who is this knocking on my door? This girl named Corona knocking on my door. Tell her I don't want her. She can't be my lover. I'd rather be single. I don't want to mingle. Don't come any closer, girl. It's so hot I can't catching a fever. Goodbye, Corona. Goodbye, Susan. Don't come any closer. Goodbye. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Goodbye, Corona. Goodbye. Move from in front the door. Don't call me no honey when I have no money. You know I am poor. Move from in front me door. You ever break my heart? Still 6 feet apart. Don't you realize I don't want to socialize? Goodbye. Goodbye, Corona. Goodbye. Don't come any closer. Goodbye. Goodbye, Corona. Goodbye. Move from in front me door.
Hey, man. What's your take on this whole Corona thing song, which you guys can find it on YouTube, is on my page, DJ Panras on YouTube. Right, so far it has
Huh?
about 129 views, and I posted it about a few days ago. What's your whole take? I know we
You're
say
breaking up.
we heading out, but you-
You heard me?
yeah, I can hear you clearly. Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, you was breaking up a while ago.
Yeah. What's your whole take on this whole
I could hear you
Corona
now.
thing? Give me a whole
Yeah, you was
summary
breaking
in
up a while
in
ago.
short.
I could hear you better now.
Yeah, give me a whole summary of your whole opinion about this whole Corona thing. I mean, we're in a day and age, boy. I call it the last
You
days,
cannot
and
see
that's
it in.
something.
You
Huh?
see,
I
you're moving
see.
out all.
I see
Yeah,
you
you're
moving. I
moving.
hear you clearly.
Okay, now I see you move a little.
Right. Sometimes that happens. The connection kind of fluctuates, but at least we've been going strong for the last maybe hour or two. You know.
Yeah.
What's your whole opinion on the corona?
What's what?
Your opinion on the coronavirus?
Um, we can allow Corona to come into St. Lucia. You crazy?
Hmm.
St. Lucia can respond to that at all, at all, at all, at all. If that ever enters St. Lucia, if that thing starts spreading in St. Lucia, that's it. That's it. We cannot
Hmm.
allow Corona to enter St. Lucia. I heard people was coming through from Martinique in little canoes from St. Vincent or wherever to come into
Hmm.
St. Lucia. But I must big up my government for the way they handle it. I know a lot of people was upset, because they closed down certain places and so on, but
Right.
they had to do it that way to protect the country.
To protect
They
the
had to do
country,
it to
which is
protect.
very true.
Yeah, That's why I said
Mm-hmm.
goodbye, Corona, goodbye. You know, don't
Mm-hmm.
come to St. Lucia. Who invite you to St. Lucia?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Right.
We have a lot of bush medicine home. You know, we have a lot of bush medicine
We have
home.
all the natural things, all the natural remedies,
I'm telling
all of
you.
that
I'm
in
telling
St.
you.
Lucia. And a lot of us don't use it, which is very sad,
I know
you
guys
know?
who was on dialysis and they are not on dialysis no more. But the thing is, they taking the natural herbs home. But I'm far from that. You know,
Yeah.
I
And
try
I wish
to
you
take
could have came home and listen and take some of that because that's the thing that we know. I mean, for me, I'm young, but I mean, during
yeah,
the you guys in your generation use that to their
yeah, it's true.
to you know
It's true.
and you know
I
they
could live
just
home.
there.
You
I
know.
seen things growing just there like that, like grassy, and people don't even pick them to use them at all. You know?
Let me tell you, man. St. Lucia is the right place to be right now. I don't care what anybody say. If I had a kidney and I was doing all right, I would have been home. Because the money I get from the government here, I can survive with that home.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm all right. You know,
Mm,
I I miss my going to the beach, waking up on mornings, taking a little jog,
mm,
breathing all
mm,
that
mm,
fresh air. You know,
mm.
we have fish, we have water all around us. We could eat fish. Oh, don't talk about agriculture. We have
Oh.
all the Dashinia, Montania, and everything you could think of. St. Lucia
Mm, mm,
have that. St. Lucia market never run out of food.
mm, mm, mm,
St. Lucia market
mm.
never run out of food. The only thing we are making home, which we don't really need, but some people like it, is sugar.
Mm, mm,
Sugar, you don't
mm.
really need sugar, I drank my tea this morning without sugar.
Yeah.
You don't really need sugar. But
I
apart
use
from that,
honey.
man, yeah, honey is good.
Yeah.
Can you have honey?
As a matter of fact, you reminded me I need to get some because as I'm in St. Lucia right now, I need to go and get some honey from
Yeah.
my aunt who sells it in the market. She's been selling forever in the market. And she has a whole lot on her land.
Mhm.
And you will get everything on her land, you know? So I need to go to her
Yeah.
and get some of that. In closing, Jaunty, I want to
Yeah, because we can
just
stay too long. I have to go out just now.
yeah, yeah. In closing,
I have to go
I
out.
just want to thank you for this interview. And then I just jog my memory just jogging as I end this,
Huh?
it's my memory is jogging as
I
I'm
know
about to
you're
end
breaking
this.
up.
Maybe because of the rain, boy, flow thing that's be flowing a kind of way.
You're breaking up. I hear
You
you
heard me
clear.
good now? Let me know. Sometimes that happens.
No, you keep breaking
All
up.
right, let me switch my location for a little bit. Hold on a second. Yeah, I gotta bring Jaunty back some bush tea. She said bring you back some bush. Yes, Jaunty.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I
I
guess
hear
I'll
you a
be
little
a little
clear.
closer to the router. Yeah, so in closing,
Yeah.
I want to just jog back to the beginning when we first met. I mean, you were by my grandmother singing karaoke. Ashanti was there. I was the DJ at the time, and that was in I think 2006. And then we met there, and then
Let me.
I invited you to come to the Junior Panorama because I was playing that week. The Junior Panorama was on a
Yeah.
Sunday, and
Oh shit!
you-
I
and then you,
remember that day. I remember that day now. Now you're bringing back
yeah,
some
man,
memories, bro. You're
yeah,
bringing
man,
back
and
some memories.
three bands were playing your songs. Two of them played the same
I know.
song. I think
Yes. Yes.
Pantime, I think Diamond Steel, and another band. I think it was Gary Band.
Yeah.
Was playing one of your
They
songs.
played Ulale and they played Wishalop.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And from there, you came to perform with us in West Palm Beach, Florida. I put the band together with,
Right.
Brian from Burning Flames was the guitarist from Burning Flames, who I made friends with when I went to live over there. And
Yeah.
I tell you, he's a very patriotic St. Lucian. I tell him, hey Brian, man, I put in a band together. My first time actually doing it. I got Jaunty to come on. with thanks to Children of Helen, in West Palm Beach, the organization there that puts together Junior
Mm-hmm.
Creole, and
Yeah,
they got you came there, you got your nice treatment and thing, and place to stay and whatever. Although you were
yeah,
still on doing the dialysis and stuff, and you were a little bit weak, but you still put on a good performance, which is on YouTube actually. And
yeah,
it was just a pleasure just performing for you that time because I mean St. Lucian. I mean, I look up to St. Lucian artists like they are gods, and like
yeah,
people that I look up to, like people like you I look up to, and that moment for me was just such a bright moment that I was so jubilated. I mean, coming to that day and playing that then after the fact, to have to put the production together. And when I did it again with Invader, and I was like, yeah, man, I can do this, man, I can do this, and
mm-hmm.
it was a pleasure, man, performing for you that day and having that moment in my life I can recollect, and say, boy, I performed for Jaunty, and I did an interview now with Jaunty, and I, if nobody else ever take up an interview like this and do with you, at least I know I did something and I covered a lot of bases with your
Oh
life from the
yes, yes.
beginning until
I
now,
appreciated that so much. I appreciated that so much, man.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I didn't worry to charge for the show because I appreciated you all sending for me,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
because the St. Lucian organization, and I know they raising funds for something. So
Hmm.
I say I don't mind helping out. It's not all the time you have to charge.
Yeah,
Not all
true,
the time.
true, true, true. Well, I
Yeah.
guess that's where we say goodbye. And again, I want to thank you for your time. I mean, we was on here for like
Hey,
3 hours straight.
you'll be a very popular St. Lucian boy. You'll be a very popular St. Lucian. You're doing very well, and keep it up.
I
Keep it up.
appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I do it out of my heart. I don't do it for no fame or no fortune. I don't make money off of doing it, but I try to make mixes, and I not try to make me. I make mixes to
Mm.
entertain people who hasn't heard songs for a long time. I put it on YouTube, and right now I'm going on 10,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel. So I give thanks to the
Yeah.
Lucian public, for supporting. The vibe is not my content or
Mm.
anything. It's just content that I pick up. I had on tape, I had on cassettes, CDs, and I upload it just so people can enjoy. Because just like me growing up as a
Yeah.
little kid, like I say, you know, to
You
be
you put
gratified.
Corona on YouTube?
Yeah, Corona is there. Corona. You forget we had a conversation, and I tell you, I'm gonna upload the song. You said go ahead, and then
Okay.
I sent you
Okay.
the
The
Johnny
picture,
scaring
yes, I
Johnny, you
saw it.
scaring me there, guys. So you're making me feel.
Mhm.
You, the way you said you put it on YouTube, boy, without my permission, man. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's
Anyway,
there. It's there. It's accumulating some views there right now. Yeah,
good, good. Okay. I
yeah.
have to run now because we'll do that again, right?
Yeah, definitely, man. We'll come back,
Once we have it.
and do something, like a conversation. This time we'll be in person. I'll come to Texas and visit you,
Yeah,
you know, and we'll have a sit down and chat,
yeah.
man.
And tell all your listeners hi. Jaunty love
They,
you.
they, they,
You
they,
know.
you can tell them hi right now. You look, you speak to the camera and tell them hi.
Yeah, yeah. I want all you to know that Jaunty love you. You know. And I ain't give
Yeah,
up in my music yet. I still have songs coming.
yeah, man.
I still
And
have
I'm praying
songs
that you
coming.
get a kidney soon too, and the best of your health and strength and all of that.
Yeah. So, later,
Yes, man.
later.
Peter. Yes, man. Take it easy.
O-
All
Okay.
right. Thanks for listening, y'all. That was Jaunty. All right. Make sure you go support DJ Panras on SoundCloud and YouTube. Make sure you go listen to the mixes, the St. Lucian mixes, the local vibe. We keep pushing that, and that's what I do out of love. Um, stay tuned for more like these. Just basically getting artists and we call it unsung influences. So we're getting artists and people who are influential in my life that I see deserve their voice to be heard. And yeah, man, it's a vibe. We're just doing this for the love, right? So peace, Miss Nicole, Jaunty, big up yourself. We'll be calling you, man. All right, stay tuned for more. DJ Panras signing out. Holla.